And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internets, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, we got the No Kings protest happening nationwide. I wonder how much this large-scale production, this large-scale real-time TV show has cost them to put on. Millions, at least, billions, who knows? We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the New York City Mayoral debate. Many say that Mamdani won, but my question is, who's deciding who won or who lost? Through which lens is this being viewed? We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, Stephen A. Smith for president. Are you going to vote for him? I think not, but some people say, hey, he has a good chance. He got a pretty good response at the town hall he was featured in, put on by News Nation. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, there was an AOC and Bernie Sanders town hall, and I didn't show any of that, or I might not have shown all of it. I didn't show all of what I wanted to show in the previous live, so we're going to talk about it tonight. I want you guys to see just how incompetent she is. Now, she's not at least 1,000 years old like Mitch McConnell, and he fell yet again. Although I think it wasn't totally his fault that he fell. It was his fault that he fell because he's 1,000 years old and is in pretty poor health. We'll talk about all those things and more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And I thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. There's a whole lot happening. The No Kings protest. I thought, listen, we're talking about a No Kings protest. I got a lot of videos, a lot of crazy stuff from that, what you would expect, but I got a lot of things to show you from that. I just want to say this. I thought the No Kings protests were over with. I thought they did it already. So is it going to be like a, like how often they're going to do it, like 4 or 5 times a year? Are they going to do it every month? Like, what's going on? And my question is, how is this being funded? What's the actual purpose? From the videos and the interviews and whatnot that I've seen, I feel like the No Kings protest is something for Americans to do because they're super bored and they hate Trump. So, okay, let's come together and have a I Hate Trump festival. Why not? Brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you by Comcast, brought to you by whatever. That's kind of what's going on. It's like a large scale TV show. Like some people ask me, do you ever get the Truman Show vibe? Like you being, like it's a whole big play and you're just part of the play. It's kind of what this feels like. You see series that come on television, you know, the actors, okay, Michael B. Jordan or whoever the star is. I don't even watch TV for real or movies like that. Rare. To get me to go to see one of Hollywood's productions in 2025 takes a lot. So a lot of TV shows you may have seen, I never seen one episode of. I put out a meme from Dexter. Surprise, mother. You remember that meme right there? That guy, I put him out, but I've never seen one episode of Dexter. Game of Thrones, I don't know nothing about none of that. So it takes a lot to get me to watch any of their stuff. But I know how they put one actor in a lot of different things. Idris Elba, okay, first he was a drug dealer in Baltimore. Next thing I know, this dude's in the mech over in Japan fighting dinosaurs. That's kind of how they do. And you know they're going to do that. Okay, he's in this and this and this and that. With what's happening on the streets with the so-called No Kings protests, it's like that, but with people you don't know, usually. A lot of the same actors go from place to place to place. Okay, we got a No Kings protest, and we got this protest, and we got a green energy protest. There's been at least 1 or 2 celebrities that have arisen from this who get starred in different things. Greta Thunberg. First, Greta Thunberg was a climate activist. And she be everywhere. Any kind of protest, any kind of thing. And when she gets camera time, she's going to get camera time. Okay, you see pictures of her all the time getting carried out by police and random currency looking dead in the camera. Same thing that the Blue Vest dude did, Deaver McKesson. Okay, he getting arrested and look dead in the camera like this. Charles Manson, crazy eyes. It's because they're being cast in these things. It's like actors. Same thing with the No Kings protest. It's a production put on by who knows who, but the news stations cover it because it helps them in their narrative about Trump being the bad guy. Look at all these people, thousands upon whatever in New York City, in Boston, in Atlanta. You know the funniest part about the No Kings protest, aside from it being the obvious play that we're being fed in order to push a narrative, brought to you by Pfizer, brought to you by ABC Disney, brought to you by whatever. Aside from that, they say that they are the party of inclusion and diversity. But when you see a No Kings protest, and that's right, Eugene's music, AOC is an actress. When you see a No Kings it don't matter where it's at, it's going to be 95% white. Now, you would think the party of inclusion in Atlanta, Georgia would not look like Woodstock 1970s. It would not look like a Starbucks grand opening. It wouldn't look like a bunch of soccer moms and Subarus or whatnot. But that's what it is in Atlanta, in New York City, etc., because it's the same people going place to place for the same reason. A lot of them are getting paid. A lot of them are just Trump haters. It's not even really about anybody else other than them. And again, a lot of them are bored, nothing to do. Retirees who have not found a greater purpose than to just hate on President Trump. So they're out there doing that. It's really kind of a mess, but yeah, I thought they were done. My question is, how often are we going to have these so-called protests? Is it going to be twice a year, 3 times a year, once a month? What are we doing? And I'm seeing them in the most random places. They out there in Chesapeake, Virginia, my neck of the woods, on Volvo Parkway. It's like I've never in my entire 41 years of living, I've never in my life seen any protests right there at all, ever. Now, if they did something, maybe I missed it. Maybe it was 2 people out there with a sign talking about keep Costco hot dogs at $1.50. Maybe they were out there doing that, but I don't think so. I think these people are being paid. They're being encouraged by outside and inside forces. That's what I think is going on. And the more I see them out there, the more that I know I made the right decision to be over here on the right. Because I don't know about y'all, but check it out. I don't care how important the protest is to me. I'm not going to be outside at my age with a Grover outfit on. Not even the Tickle Me Elmo Snuggie. This man had on a Grover outfit. It's like, sir, you are a fully adult male with a Grover outfit on outside, unironically, with a No Kings protest sign on your. It's like, how can I take whatever you're saying seriously when you're dressed like a cartoon character and you're 40-something years old? What are we doing? Like, what's going on? I think we're also able to see that mental illness is a problem. Mental illness. So when people say, hey, ABL, why aren't you a leftist? Why are you conservative? Do you hate black people? It's like, nah, I don't hate black people. I don't hate white people. What I hate, number one, are bad people. I don't care what color you are. You could be a whole green space alien. You could be clear. You could be invisible, transparent, translucent. You could be semi-opaque, fully. I don't care. If you're a bad person, that's who I got a problem with, is you as a bad person. I don't care. Gender, hey, check it out. A transformer, a regular normie, it don't matter. Bad versus good, good versus evil. It's simple. But really, I'm not mentally ill. That's why I'm not a leftist. That's the main thing. I'm not mentally ill. If I had a mental illness, if I was some kind of way disturbed, challenged, fatigued mentally, if I was not healed, if I needed therapy and I didn't get it, then I'd be on the left. If I had mommy issues, daddy issues, unresolved childhood trauma, then I'd be on the left. If I was soft, if I was a transgender, then I'd be on the left. But because I'm a heterosexual man, a biological male, and I'm not confused about who I am, I'm on the right. Because on the right, you have regular people, and on the left, you have irregular people. Okay, so I'm not irregular, I'm normal, therefore I'm over here. And at this point, it's just that simple. And a lot of your classic liberals, they're starting to realize that. They're standing right next to, hold on, matter of fact, before I even get into it, I don't want to get too started too early on these outfits, but I got to show you this one to make my point, because this is what I'm talking about, okay? If you happen to be this gentleman, I'm going to show you Grover right quick, okay? Let me show you Grover, and then we'll keep on rocking. But look, this is a great illustration of what I'm talking about. You see Grover right here. This is a No Kings protest. He has on the Grover Snuggie. Is that what that is? Because remember the Snuggies when they came out? How you could just put on, like, I don't know. I've never worn a Snuggie, but I remember the commercials. And it was a craze all one Christmas. Hey, go out and get a Snuggie. You're wearing the Elmo Snuggie, which is like pajamas, outside. Is that a cape on the back? Is Grover coming to save the day? Is Grover going to save us from the kings? Is Grover going to save us from the oligarchy? Anyway, when you see this kind of attire and you are the guy in the hoodie, right? Let's say that's you in the hoodie. You came to the protest. I see your sign. I think it said revolution on it. You came there wanting to protest, but then you see this is your partner right here that you got to protest with. This guy right here is going to be your ally. You got to rethink that. You got to be like, you know what? Maybe I made the wrong decision to be aligned with this individual. Maybe I'm in the wrong place. Maybe I should just go be with regular people, because I have on a hoodie and some regular pants and the book bag. I'm regular. This guy has on an Elmo Snuggie for no reason at all. And this is going to be my compatriot. I think I'm in the wrong place. I want to go where the regular people are, not the irregulars. Okay, and it's going to be just that simple. And I think that's part of a lot of people's red pill awakening, if you will. You know what? I went to an event in my local town for the Democratic Party. Then I seen some 6'5" bodybuilding looking Nordic dude with a dress and some high heels on. And I said, you know what? I don't think I'm in the right place. Maybe I should go do something else. And I think we're going to get a lot of people on our side as a result. Now, some say, you know what? Trump didn't do this and he didn't do that. Therefore, we're going to lose people in the midterms in 2028. I think not. I think we're doing all the right things for the right people. Now, some are not going to like what we do regardless. I mean, there are some people in this world who are not going to be satisfied ever. If Jesus Christ came back down from the sky and said that Trump is doing the right thing and that God blesses Trump, they would still say that they don't agree, that they don't approve. They would try to put him on the cross again. That's what they would try to do. They did it before, they're going to do it again. Now, before somebody gets offended, I ain't talking about the Jays. Oh, ABL said they're going to put him on the cross again. Please stop. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't Jamie Foxx me. I'm talking about bad people. Okay? I'm talking about bad people. That's it. Not the Jews, just bad people who exist in this world. And for real, I don't got no problem with the Jays. The Jays that I know, they good people. Okay? Maybe there's some bad ones out there, but the Jays that I know in my life, they good. They good to me, and I've been good to them, and we get along just fine. I don't have no problem. Now, if you had a problem with some Jewish person in your life, then so be it. Okay, you have the right to express your grievance with that person you had a problem with. But what I don't like is this whole thing about, okay, let's point the finger at the Jews whenever there's an economic downturn. Okay, I missed the payment on my on my sports car that I can't afford. You know why I missed that payment? It's because the Jews, they did it. They're the ones that got my money. It's like, well, bro, you knew that you were a custodian at Hartsfield-Jackson Airport before you bought that Mustang, and you know you couldn't afford it. Okay, so don't get mad at me for having mine and being able to afford it, and don't get mad at the Jays because you don't got the money. But anyway, so yeah, shout out to them, and shout out to the good, regular people in this world. Okay? Do we have trolls in the chat? Ain't no trolls in the chat. Is it really? Trolls? You know what? I don't know. I just read a comment that said that there was trolls in here. I hope not, because there was a study that came out, a true story study that said the number one most, what did they say? The number one most despised profession that men have from women is an online troll. Number one. Like, imagine that. Imagine you trying to date a young lady, right? You're 25 years old. You're trying to get things going. You're trying to date a young lady. Y'all in the bed. Here you are. Oh, ABL is an N-word. And she see that, she be like, really? Is that what you're doing? You going on this dude, stream the hate on him? Like, why would you do that? It's going to be a turnoff. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to be a virgin until you're 45 years old, then that's fine. It's okay. But I think that men deserve to not live like that. I think men deserve to live a full and complete life. Okay? That's what I think. But, hey, everybody has their own thing they want to do. I would just say if you're a troll, find something productive to do. Maybe you wouldn't be a hater. Maybe you wouldn't be poor. Maybe you wouldn't be at your mama's house at 28 years old. Just maybe. I'm saying. So, yeah. Oh, Shaq, my dog. Shout out to Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, he cool. Shaquille, he's like a benevolent type of, you know what I mean? He cool. But every now and again, we get some trolls that come into the chat. You got to find purpose in your life. Do something else. That's what I would say. Because you could troll me and that's fine. But it's like, I'm going to still have my great life and you still not. So it's okay. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Scotty says they would hate you even if you gave them free money. That's right, Scotty. They're never going to be satisfied. There's no satisfying some people. So I say, you know what? Let's do what's best for the people, period. Even those who hate us, let's do what's best for them. And I think if that's our message and that's our goal and we're able to accomplish that, we're going to attract those who need to be on our side. And those who don't need to be on our side, those who we should not attract, are going to be repelled. And they can stay over there. They can stay in their shanty towns. They can smoke crack in Portland, Oregon, or in Freeport, Washington, or Los Angeles, or San Francisco over there. I think we should just have zones for them. Okay, let them have California. I know California is beautiful and you love it, but let them have it. Let them have California. Let them stay over there. When California becomes like Mad Max, we can come back in and take it over again. And by that time, they will be willing to let us do that. Same thing with New York City. Let Mamdani have it. Let's not try to fight it. I tried to warn people about Mamdani. I tried to tell them. I tried to give them some heads up about this guy. 33 years old, never had a job, trust fund baby, rich guy. How are you going to be a rich guy with super rich parents living in a rent-controlled apartment in New York City? I thought the rent-controlled apartments were for the people who had challenges financially, not for trust fund babies like Zohran Mamdani. But hey, let him have it. Let him have New York City. Let him run it. And when he fails, we come in. Then we're going to bring another Giuliani in or whoever, Pataki. Let's bring them in when things fall apart. So when it falls apart, you're going to have somebody like Curtis Lewa right there. Bring in Curtis Lewa, let him run it, and you're going to see things turn around. It takes something tragic to happen for people to learn a lesson. And until that tragedy strikes, they're going to feel like, well, you know what? I can just vote for this guy, Santa Claus, gimme. Hey, the thing that he wants to do with the buses, the free buses, man, listen. They have free buses out here in Tennessee, Chattanooga. They got free buses like downtown. Like, I think it's like one bus that's free. It's like a little shuttle. And the homeless are on there. They cool out here though. We got cool homeless. I mean, you got some crack smokers, but for the most part, they all right. Okay, they might have a little bit of, you know what I mean? But they're gonna be on the bus. So if you know that the homeless, quote unquote, in California can be aggressive, they're on, hey, if you ask about the homeless and them being on drugs, hey, what drugs are they on? Just say, yes, they're on drugs. They're on all the drugs. Whatever you can think of and things you never heard of, they on it. So you know how dangerous they are right there on the streets. When they get on that bus with you because it's free, that's going to be putting you in danger more than what you are already. So you're going to have people on the, hey, they're going to be on, you're going to get secondhand crack smoke. You're going to get secondhand crack smoke. You're going to get hit in needles. You're going to get all types of crazy smells. All of that on the bus if it's free in New York City. So, like I said, let that happen. Let it happen. And then let the residents revolt. when you see or when you smell some burnt up plastic because somebody's in front of you smoking crack, hey, a guy be like this, beaming at Scotty right in front of you. You right behind him on the bus, or you right next to him on the subway. He beaming at Scotty. When you smell that a few times, you get a headache one time. Okay, now we gotta put it into this right now. We gotta nip it in the bud today. Today, you're gonna be at city council meetings. You're gonna be at this meeting and that meeting. You're gonna show up wherever he's at. Mamdani, that is. You're gonna go there and express your grievance, and I hope that it'd be enough for them to vote differently in the next election. But New York City gonna be New York City, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I hope they do the right thing. I hope they go the correct direction, but it's New York City. So what are you going to do? California, same way. Okay, you got the crazy lady, Katie Porter. And by the way, Katie Porter is kind of like going on an apology tour. Anyway, bring her in there. Gavin, bad enough. I mean, y'all already had fires and whatnot because of the mismanagement, the incompetent leadership. Okay, you have a reservoir in Los Angeles that's empty. And then when you needed it to put out the fire, it wasn't there to be taken advantage of. You got firefighters at the fire hydrant like, we have no water. We can't fight this fire. Make it make sense. You have a poorly managed state. You got bad leadership. Beautiful place, but with bad leadership, it means nothing. You're going to have a failed state, which is kind of what it's becoming in parts of California. Let them have it. Let them fall. And then once they're ready to get back up again, we'll be there for them. But until then, let them stay over there. Let them stay over there. Are you on the trains mostly, Sapphire? Well, what if the trains become free or something like this for certain peoples? Okay, if you're low income, if you have financial problems, then you can just get on a train for free. It don't matter. The turnstile hopping, it don't even matter. They give you a little pass, put it in your forehead, something like this, mark of the beast, boop, right in there, and it's fine. I mean, if that is in the works, I hope it doesn't happen. But hey, it's New York. Like I said, let it fall. Let all these bad policies happen. Let it be an experiment. I would want for you guys to not be a guinea pig, to not be an experiment. But hey, y'all gonna vote for it, so it's out of my hands. It's above me. Y'all, not all you guys, but the majority of New York City residents, if they want Mamdani, so be it. Let them have it and suffer. And once people are prepared to come back around, come to their senses, we'll be there. And to those people who live in New York City watching me, I pray for y'all. I really do. And I'm not being facetious. I'm being serious. I pray for y'all because I know it's about to happen. If y'all can't escape, I would suggest it, or try to figure out a way to ride it out. Avoid these buses because you know there's going to be crack smokers on there. Avoid certain areas. Just be vigilant. Now, I don't know about your right to bear arms in a place like New York City, but if you have the right, please use it. You should have the right. It's in the Constitution. You should have it. But please use that right because you're going to have an elevated level of danger because of his policies. California, same thing. And I know it's hard in a place like Los Angeles because didn't we see the story about them sitting on all those permit applications because they didn't want to actually have anyone with a concealed carry permit legally? But the criminals, the gang members, the cartels, whoever, they got whatever they want. Fully automatic, semi-automatic, shotguns, short barrel rifles, whatever they want, they got it. You, on the other hand, can't even get a license to conceal carry a little pea shooter. A little pea shooter, little 9mm, little 22, little something just to protect yourself. But the criminals got whatever they want. Make it make sense. They say, oh, we got to have gun control. Well, no, I don't know about that. I just say you need to be able to arm the citizenry and let them be secure in the fact that they can defend themselves without having to risk going to the penitentiary. If you got a real self-defense case, okay, it's an attempted robbery, carjacking, someone try to beat you up for no reason in the streets and you use your weapon, you need to be backed up 100%. You got to have castle doctrine. You need to be able to claim self-defense because if you can't do these things, then what's going to happen is you're going to have more and more and more people at risk, in danger, and victimized. So who wants that? This is why you got so many Californians leaving the state. I saw something about Franklin, Tennessee. People saying, oh, why are houses so expensive out here? Why is real estate so high? It's because the Californians come to Tennessee in plane loads, boat loads, train loads, whatever. And they could just teleport here quickly. They do it. And they be all over the state. A lot of them go to Nashville, that area, Franklin, Brentwood, and they jack their prices up. 1,000 square foot house, $700,000 easy, because it's the Californians coming with all that money from over there. What they might do is sell their home that's worth $1 million. That's basically a piece of land that's crumbled. They will sell that and take all that cash and then go buy a house in the southern part of the Nashville area. And then you'll see them in a place like Knoxville, Rocky Top, going to a UT game with the California plates. Whenever I see California plates, I wonder what the story is. And I hope they're here for good reasons and not bad reasons. I hope that they are more conservative minded, because the liberal California person is like a virus. And it infects not only California, but the rest of the country. So the good Californians out there, the conservative ones, I ain't speaking about you. I'm speaking about your neighbors, as got a problem. But anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Sue says they're coming to Hawaii, here in Hawaii. Wow. I'm not surprised. They're everywhere. California's everywhere. And again, not the good people of California. Not my conservative friends out there in California. I met a lot of you guys. You guys are fantastic. I'm talking about your neighbors. The ones you know about. Your crazy cat lady neighbor. Your crazy crack smoking homeless neighbor. You saw this guy smoking crack in front of your house. Now he lives in Nashville, Tennessee. Or your neighbor who got a lot of money, you never liked, got some kind of weird criminal history. Now he's living in Murfreesboro. He's living in Pigeon Forge or something like this. Okay. I'm talking about them, not you guys who are out there doing the right thing in California. Beautiful place, but bad leaders and bad neighbors. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. Hold on. Nish Popquet says, true. Whenever I see a Cali plate, I think the same thing. Hey, I'm like, what's really going on with this plate? Like, what's and I saw a Del Taco. I saw a Del Taco in Fort Oglethorpe, Georgia. I was like, what y'all doing out here? So I see y'all. Y'all got Del Taco out here, In-N-Out Burger. I see y'all. And whenever I see that, I know that's a California settlement. That's kind of what I see going on. Okay, it's like if you got all of a sudden a Buddhist temple, you know what's happening. You got a lot of Indians coming in. Nothing wrong with that. I'm just saying there's markers of their presence. When you see the Del Taco, when you see the In-N-Out Burger, you already know what time it is. Okay, you see a brand new one built and you're seeing developments around it, you know what's going on. You got a little California, what they call it, like a little enclave, exclave, whatever. Josh says, I'm in NorCal, conservatives majority in the county I'm in. Now, what's got to happen, in my opinion, is you guys got to separate, become different states. I would say you need to have at least 3 states: Northern, Central, Southern. That'd be fair. Okay, and try to make it to where the big places don't dominate you guys politically. You're going to need the economic output to a certain extent, but not all of the domination. Because the way it is right now, the economic centers dominate the entire state politically, but it shouldn't be like that. Because just because you're in a place with a big economic power does not mean they should just dictate whatever the rules are in a place where it's different than economic power. So if you're living in Los Angeles, what you need is not the same thing as what someone in NorCal needs. So LA should not dictate NorCal. That's why I say break it up: NorCal, Central, and then Southern. All right, so we'll see. And you know what? I've not been to a Del Taco or an In-N-Out Burger yet. I've been to LA more than once, and I never gone to the In-N-Out Burger. And the Del Taco I just saw the other day out here. I might go to that one since I got it out here. And I think they got one that they're building out here too. I think they got two out here, two In-N-Out burgers, but they kind of in these random spots. Fort O and Hickson. It's like, what y'all doing out there? But I get it. You guys are trying to buy up a lot of the property to expand the reach of the city to create urban sprawl. I get it. I see the plan. But anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. NKM says Del Taco is a little better than Taco Bell. Now, if it is on the same level as Taco Bell, and I'm not going there. Listen to me very closely. If Del Taco is on the same level as Taco Bell, I'm not going there. My stomach has vetoed my decision. My stomach said, no, you ain't going to do that because Taco Bell, eating that is like, I don't know, man. I don't know how you do it. If you eat Taco Bell, congratulations. You have a stomach of iron. You know, I'm a little bit too black to be eating all that dairy and processed stuff. My stomach says, nah, man, we don't do this in this house. We don't eat the dairy. It's too much for your stomach. But anyway, before I get into anything, shout out to you guys. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, y'all know what to do. Also, shout out to you guys for watching the show. You are my first sponsors, but shout out to all my other sponsors. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the description box, or just visit patriotpost.us in your browser. Tell them that ABL sent you. Also, please go to my merch website, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to my regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. Go to the front page of the website, and for each long-form video I produce, I write an article, and in each article, we got sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from the Democratic, Republican, political, agnostic, local, national, international, whatever you want, I got it right there on the front page of the website, AnthonyBLogan.com. Also, please go to AnthonyBLogan.com/contact-us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my email address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok, although TikTok sucks. All my links will be right there on the contact page of the website, AnthonyBLogan.com/contact-us. And as I always say, if you're ever wondering if you're conversing with me on the interwebs or not, it's very easy to check. Just reference it. Just go to the website and look at my email and see if it's the same one you've been contacting. My email is contact@AnthonyBLogan.com. Again, it is contact@AnthonyB, as in boy, Logan.com. The email is always on the website, so you don't got to remember. Just go to the website and check. If it ain't from that email, it's not me. If you're in a YouTube comment section and you got someone talking about Bitcoin, foreign exchange, this, that, and the third, it's not me. Please don't get scammed. It's going to be a guy in Nigeria or Eastern Europe, Ukraine, or the Indians. The Indians will get you hard. The Indians be going through extreme lengths to get you. And I can't do an Indian accent yet. So shout out to Apu and them. Shout out to Boris and them over in Ukraine. But my brother, and he's going to be sounding just like this on the, hey, when you get to him on the phone, he's going to be like this on the phone. He's not going to be someone who sounds like me. The voice will not match. He's going to be a scammer. So do not fall for the wahala. Anyway, shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all. No Kings protests. Let's get into it. This is so funny because they always say that they are the party of inclusion. They always say that they hate racism. They call Trump a racist. They say he doesn't include enough black folks in the administration. But then when I see them out at their outings, it looks like a Starbucks grand opening. It looks like they're going to a ski slope. It looks like they are going to Woodstock in 1978 or whenever that was. It looks like a white convention. If they put on some robes that was all white, I would like, please get the FBI on the phone. Get them on the phone right now and shut down this white supremacist rally. That's what I would say if they had on the white robes. But let's check it out. Thank you. Okay, so we see what's going on. Let's read some of the signs. I think one said, hold on, let me see if I can go back. Fascist little Cheeto. Right there, you see that? Fascist feed something. I don't know what that is. Okay. Very diverse crowd, right? Super diverse. I believe it's what, New York City? The people have spoken, you're fired. Actually, the people have spoken and he's hired. Because I'm not sure if you recognize this, Mr. No King's protester, but Trump won the election in 2024. The people have spoken and he did not get fired. Okay. America's something king. Courage is courageous. Okay. Very nice. F ICE. This is what democracy looks like. Okay. Very, very diverse crowd of people at the No King's protest. I thought they were done, but we still got some more. Here's a pretty big scene. I'm not sure where this is. What's this going to be? New York? No, this is Chicago. This is Chicago. So you can see the crowd of people out there. No sound on the video, but a sea of people. Now, let me ask you a question. Do you think that this is organic? If it is organic, to what extent is it organic? Mostly like 80% organic, 20% organic? Because I'm sure you got some stragglers that just happen to pop up. Okay, I don't go to No King's protest, but I feel like it's organized, it's paid for. It's a thing where they really are like, okay, come on. I see a soundstage. Hey, were there any musical performers at these events? Like how they did with Kamala. Remember what they did with Kamala? And Chicago is beautiful, by the way. The downtown in Chicago, beautiful. But not so much with all these people out there. But with Kamala, what they did, if you guys remember, she had that rally in Atlanta, which in my opinion was the very first rally, but they said it wasn't anyway. They had the Atlanta rally, and what they did was bring out Meg Thee Stallion. So it was a free concert for Meg Thee Stallion, and right after the musical performance, Kamala gets on stage. So am I seeing the same thing here? Hey, who did they promise that was going to perform in Chicago? Is it Taylor Swift? Oh, man, listen. If it was Taylor Swift, it'd be a lot younger of a crowd. Because this crowd right here, I'm thinking like 55, 60 probably the average age of this crowd. So if they promised Taylor Swift, I'm thinking you're going to have a lot of teeny boppers out there rather than people that's much older than I am. You know, auntie, uncle age out there. Now, this is going to be Atlanta. Now, if you know about Atlanta, y'all know that it's a black place. Okay, I live right here. I'm like an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours from this spot right here. I don't know where was at Piedmont Park. I don't know where they at. But if they're like Piedmont Park somewhere in Midtown, I'm an hour and a half from that location. So I know this spot very well. Atlanta is a black place. But for some reason, this rally is not very black at all.
Unite to protect us, just in case universities try to teach us, just in case protesters try to show up and remind us of who we are. They don't have to step 8.
They got a black speaker, perhaps, maybe, or maybe a strong-sounding white liberal woman. But look at the crowd. Where's Waldo? We got one, and we got one guy right there. All right.
Because they're preparing us for step 9. There are 10 steps to protecting our patriots. There are 10 steps to protecting our democracy. There are 10 steps to protecting our right. Unite to protect us.
That sounds like Big Mama, Stacey Abrams. That's who that sounds like on the microphone. So Stacey Abrams, I think what she did during her gubernatorial campaign was pander to the white liberals of Georgia. But that's not your biggest base in Georgia. That ain't your biggest base because most of the whites in Georgia are conservative. I'm thinking out of all the whites, maybe 20% are liberal in Georgia, and they probably are all in Atlanta. And Atlanta, again, is a black city. So they're a minority even in Atlanta. So if you're trying to pander to them, you're not going to succeed, Stacey Abrams. You have to cater to Georgia. You can't run the anti-gun campaign. You can't run the pro-LGBT campaign in Georgia. This is not California. This is not New York. This is not Chicago, Illinois. This is Georgia. Red clay, down south, cotton field, Confederate flag. All that gun control and LGBT, that ain't the move down here. And it don't matter if you black, white, Puerto Rican, and candy stripe in Georgia. They're not with it. But yeah, a very, very diverse crowd out there in Atlanta, right? So diverse. It's the funniest thing. Okay, now, this is going to be San Francisco on Ocean Beach. It says, no kings, yes to 50. And that's California's Prop 50. And they're going to stand up against Trump's fascist regime. That's what the caption said here. And I'm going to ask you guys, do you think that this formation is organic, or was it a thing that was organized, choreographed, and paid for? Again, no sound on the video, but you see what's going on. Okay, got a little border, a little rectangular border. Then it says no kings, yes on 50. And then they got the American flag upside down and backwards. So you see kind of what's going on. Not a very good display, but for them, it's typical. That's pretty much what they do. That's how the Californians are. Okay, that's how the Californians are on the left, especially. Not you guys on the right, but your liberal neighbors is what they do out there with the. But again, do you think that this is going to be organic, or is it choreographed and paid for? Y'all let me know. Okay. All paid and gay, never organic, definitely choreographed for sure. Funded by Soros, paid for entirely, paid for. Yeah. What we're seeing right here is a play. It's like a TV show in real life. That's what we're seeing. Paid actors, and it's all being shown to us as if it's being shown as if it is organic when it's not. Now look, this is going to be Portland. We got our good friend to the channel, Nick Shirley, out there documenting this. Shout out again to Nick Shirley. You guys, please subscribe to him. He was able to speak to President Trump recently, give a great speech. Young guy, like, 23 years old? Please support Nick Shirley. But he was able to record Portland getting a supply drop. Okay, just like Fortnite, right? A supply drop of gear.
You have all this stuff that's getting dropped off right here. You have all of the inflatables as well that the people have been protesting in. A little strange, they have a U-Haul shipment full of all of the stuff that's apparently been taken away. So stuff's been coming in. There's still protesters out right now. It's like 4 p.m. right now, I believe. And the protesters are starting to show up here to the ICE facility in Portland. You have all this stuff that's getting dropped off right here. You have.
So, I mean, it's not even a matter of if it's choreographed, if it's paid for, because we got evidence right here. I mean, if it's not choreographed and paid for, then who's paying for it? Because somebody got to pay for it. U-Haul not free. The inflatable dinosaur costumes are not free. The signs, the food, all this stuff is not free. So the question is, who's paying for it? Okay, George Soros is one of them, but there's more. It ain't just him. There's a lot more people that are paying for this. A lot more organizations. And it could be a whole industrial complex, the protest industrial complex. How much money does that bring in every year? I love to know. Okay, now we got some interviews on the street speaking to Nick Shirley and whatnot. This guy's not Nick Shirley, but you see his shirt, it says, "For Charlie." And her sign says, "Viva Antifa." So you already know it's going to be a clash. Let's watch.
With a shirt that says "For Charlie."
Because I advocate for free speech, and I
Okay, you
absolutely love
advocate free speech. Wear a shirt that says free speech. Wear a shirt that says promote free debate.
Free press.
you get triggered because it has Charlie on there, right?
Because he was a racist. Because he was a misogynist, and that means that you are too. Because you support him. Get out! Get out of here!
He hated people.
Yeah, just
He hated
calm it
anyone
down.
that wasn't white,
Calm
that
it
wasn't
down.
male, that wasn't straight.
think
With
this
the
is a
shirt.
Okay, there's quite a bit here. So, Wendy, hey, just cool it, all right? R.I.P. Dave. I know it's been a hard time since Dave. You know what I mean? R.I.P. to Dave. But look, you got to relax. It's okay. He's just out here chilling. The For Charlie shirt ain't no big deal. You're mad about that, but you'll be okay. It's totally fine. Why not have a discussion? Why not be able to talk? Why? Why are you out there? Are you out there because you're being paid and you kind of like watching the clock? It's like, all right, hey, at 1 p.m. sharp, I'm out of here. The clock is ticking. I got to get up out of here. Is that it? Are you there for a legitimate purpose? Charlie was all about having civil dialogue in places where he normally wouldn't go. Because why not? Why can't we do that? Why must we just stay away? Now, look, if you want to stay away, I get it. Because people like Wendy and Wednesday Addams over here, they're not very welcoming. So I get it. But we should want to speak to each other, because why not? We're all Americans. Let's try to get on the same page. We got to be in the same land together, because I ain't going nowhere and you ain't going nowhere. Let's figure out how to kind of get along. But if not, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, shout out to them. Hey, come on, Wendy. That was too easy to say Wendy, because it's like pigtails for real. Is that what we doing with red hair? Like, all right, I mean, and I prefer McDonald's anyway, but shout out to Wendy's. If you like Wendy's, it's fine. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now, hey, this absolute unit right here, this pillar of masculinity, is George Conway. This is Kellyanne Conway's husband, I suppose. Are they still married? Hey, y'all let me know. Is Kellyanne Conway still married to George Conway? Let me know in the comments, please.
Hey, Donald J., how many kids did you start today? Hey, Donald J., how many kids did you start today? Hey, okay, that's it. How do they? Use these? Yep. Hey.
All right, there we go. Again, that is George Conway starting to chant right quick for no reason and then stopping with his little baby dog. Kellyanne Conway, like, what do you see? Look, I don't see stuff like this. This is why I don't judge anybody for what they do behind closed doors, who they're married to, because I don't know how this guy was able to get Kellyanne Conway. I mean, what in the world? Did you put a hex on her? Did you put voodoo on her? You just like, how did this guy get Kellyanne Conway? Maybe I'm a hater. I don't know. But good grief. There we go. Shout out to him. Are they broken up? Okay. Well, hey, if they were still married, I'd be surprised. And I don't root for divorce, but that one is a little bit too crazy. It's like, come on, man. Like, what are we doing here with this guy? Now, this is going to be not Kellyanne, Cory Booker. Okay. Is he a senator from New Jersey? Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. He is a senator from New Jersey, Cory Booker. The guy who they thought could replace Barack Obama. Just because he's light-skinned does not mean he could be Barack Obama. Hakeem Jeffries, Cory Booker, you need a little bit more than just being light-skinned and a man to be Barack Obama. Okay? And that shows you how racist they are on the left. They think they could just trot out a guy who looks like another guy and it'd be the same thing. That ain't how it works. That's not how you got to have that certain internal quality in you to be able to be a Barack Obama. Now, I'm not an Obama fan. I don't like him or Big Mike or the policies, but I'm not going to sit here and lie like he didn't have that charisma, a certain je ne sais quoi. There's something about him that made him a guy who America voted for not once but twice. But Cory Booker, Hakeem Jeffries. Cory Booker is a little bit too silly, and Hakeem Jeffries is like a little bit too serious. If they were to like merge them together, like Dragon Ball Z, they could just merge together. They might create a thing that's close to Obama, but not quite. But anyway, here's Cory Booker talking about some stuff. Sound might help. How about that? Let's get some sound and let it rock.
This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. This is what democracy looks like.
This is what democracy looks like. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. This is what.
All right, there we go. I got my little TikTok video, and I'm out of here. Oh man, Cory Booker. One thing about Cory Booker, he's good for a laugh. I tell you what, he's a funny guy. Overall, just a funny guy. Just the way that he carries himself. Not effective when it comes to governance, but there's at least something I can get from that. And is that Adam Schiff behind him? Is that Adam Schiff? Right behind him, making his own video. Hey, Adam and everybody else on the Hill, let's go out here to make these little quick TikToks to put them on our page. Very organic. Okay, very organic, very not contrived, very not organized by our interns at all. Not at all. Not a thing we were told to do by Democratic Party leadership. Not a thing that Hakeem Jeffrey said for us to do on this day to promote the No Kings rally, right? Anyway, so yeah, shout out to Cory, and I guess that was Adam Schiff in the background. All right, and here's JB Pritzker in Chicago. All right. Now, you know what I don't like? I don't like how they are out there marching like it's a civil rights movement, like it's some Alabama, like the MLK joining hands. Like you're not crossing no bridge in Alabama. Ain't nobody sicking no dogs on you. Ain't nobody hitting no fire hose on you. You out here just because. You out here trying to defend illegal aliens, slave labor, criminal aliens in the country running amok, human trafficking. You guys are in favor of that. This is not a civil rights movement at all. Now, one thing about Chicago and JB Pritzker and this little protest right here, at least they got their 5 black folks in the front because they realize that their rallies are pretty much looking like Starbucks grand openings. 99% white. You're looking like Iceland. Okay, you're looking like Iceland out there. So they had to kind of spice it up a little bit. Put the black folks and the other colors in the front. Make it look a little bit more. If I got a big stack of $1 bills, let's put 520s on the top to make it look like more than what it is. That's kind of what I'm saying. But yeah, JB Pritzker, Chicago people, Illinois people, how you guys feel about your leadership? Brandon Johnson, Chicago, the governor, JB Pritzker, what's your take on these guys? Also your other people, your senators, House reps, local city people. How you feel about your leadership? And what could change in leadership to make things better? That'd be my question. That's a good question. Where Without a Reason says, how long did you walk? 30 steps? Hey, you know what? One good thing that I've been able to gain from this is that they're actually out there getting some exercise, okay? They're getting some steps in. They're moving their body. So I ain't mad about that part. That's okay. That's a good part of what's going on right now. So shout out to them. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me show you what they got going on. So this is them out there getting changed into their little dinosaur outfits and the outfits, the inflatables. I'm gonna ask you guys, what is the significance or importance of the inflatable dinosaur outfits, the costumes? Like, what are we doing? The things they're wearing, I would have loved to have when I was a little boy going trick-or-treating. Okay, if I'm going door to door, normally I got a mask or I got them little fangs with the blood capsules. Okay, that's all I got. Okay, I'm the vampire in Brooklyn. I'm Blade. That's who I am. All you got is fangs. Well, look, I am a vampire. I'll kill you right now. Get out of my face. But anyway, if I could have the full-on the costume with the little legs and the T-Rex and stuff like that, that would have been great. But I don't have a desire at 41 years old to wear that, like, at all. But let's watch.
You are willing to be an inflatable dinosaur. We need you. Who wants to be an inflatable dinosaur?
Okay, and then his this dinosaur outfit, and we saw it. We saw the same inflatables in Portland. So, can somebody please explain to me the importance or significance or relevance of the inflatable costumes at these anti-Trump, anti-ICE, anti protests? Anyway, this person sign says, "I eat cowards on toilets for breakfast." I bet you do. I bet you do, sir. Or ma'am, whatever the pronouns are. So, and this guy is getting out of his costume. So you're able to see the absolute unit inside these costumes, okay? Hey, now that I see who's underneath this T-Rex outfit, I don't want no smoke at all. Hold on. So yeah, look, I don't want no smoke with the T-Rex guy because I see that athleticism, I see that build, ice cream cone a little bit, you know, maraca. I don't want no smoke. But I'm glad that they're going outside, working up a sweat, just like right here. Okay, this is going to be in Michigan, I believe. Michigan, yeah. And we got people out here getting a little bit of exercise, getting their workout in, a little Zumba class style action happening. All right, there we go. See, they out there getting it. You got Mama out here. She having a good time as well. So shout out to them. This has got to be their only parade ever. There's no parades, no town activities, no nothing. Okay, and we got a sign. It says, "A king does not become a king until we bow down." The thing about it is, what's funny is that if Trump was a king, there wouldn't be any no kings protests. Like, if he was such a tyrannical person and just did whatever he wanted to do, it wouldn't be no protests. Y'all would get shut down immediately. And the other sign says, "No sign is big enough to list all of the reasons I'm here." Okie dokie. And we got more inflatables. I'm going to ask y'all, like, what's going on with the cartoon characters, the inflatables, the little costumes with adults? This is like Disney adults. If you enjoy going to Disneyland as an adult, okay, but do you have any kids? Are we going to Disneyland unironically just like, hey, you know what? I'm going to go here and have the full immersive experience of wearing the Mickey Mouse outfit. I'm like 40 years old. I don't really understand that. But hey, some people love it. And we can see that we got the little outfits and everything that kind of match. If they were to go to Disneyland or Disney World and they were to be offered an inflatable outfit to wear, they wear it. They wear it. They're all children, yeah. Adult babies. Okay, and we got more exercise here. This is going to be Chicago. It's a little bit of cringe, though. Are you prepared? Are you ready for the cringe? Because the cringe is going to happen regardless. If you're not ready, oh well. Don't say I didn't warn you. All right. Hey man, we got a lot going on there. Okay. Hey, the dance moves, they did the best they could because the rhythm wasn't quite rhythming. This right here, this little, hold on. This action right here, it wasn't quite on beat. It was a tad bit off beat, but it's okay. They were trying their best. All right. And we got some of the fossil fuel stuff out there as well. So a No Kings protest, and we don't like fossil fuels. Okay, we're going to get these big crazy wind turbines that do not degenerate, that stay in the environment forever. They last about 20 years before they're done. Maybe 15 years if you got kind of a shoddy one. If they break, it's going to be a big blight. They're huge. They're like the size of football fields. Anyway, so no fossil fuels. That's also going to be a thing at these particular rallies, and some offbeat little two-step choreographed dances. Hey, if you ever catch me, if you ever see me at an event like that doing that, please come save me. I'm being captured. I'm telling you right now, if you see me there, please come rescue me. I have been captured. My life is in danger. Please come save me. So yeah, shout out to them. Hey, but again, they're getting exercise. They're getting outside, touching grass. I'm with it. Now, one of the people in the costume gave an interview. Listen, he's given the interview inside the costume. I've never in all my years, and all my 41 years of living, seen someone be interviewed while wearing a Green Frog Halloween costume. Okay. And hey, listen, I am not, I thought I was playing. Listen, y'all thought I was just joking when I said that. Look at this.
And people who are violent, and it really helps to match the absurdity of those statements when we show up and show support in silly inflatable animal costumes.
Absolutely. What does it mean for you to be here today, representing, what you're standing for?
There's so many things, mostly like freedom of speech, of like being able to gather and tell everybody like why we don't like about this administration, and pretty much that being that's a right. Like we are legit worried we're going to lose, and we're here to prove like we don't want to lose that right.
Absolutely. Now I spoke to someone else earlier who was also dressed up and kind of was wearing their message. I think that's a great way to kind of get your point across without actually speaking. So what is the importance of like you mentioned wearing the message that you're trying to send, and what is that message?
It's really just to show that we are together, united, and we are nonviolent, and we want to stand up for all communities in this country.
So very lastly, what do you hope that people take away from today's protest?
Just when you hear things in the news about people being violent, you need to really take a look at what is really happening.
Yo, I'm crying. Yo, they steaming in there. Hold on. Wait. I gotta. Hey, nah, because they're steaming on the inside of their thing. So when they talking, I know it's hot in there too. I know it's hot. That's one thing. And you talking, you're steaming up on the inside of your plastic. Like, did y'all see that? Hold on. It's like condensation in there. Like you need a squeegee on the inside of your joint, my man. Just swipe that. Hey, wipe your windshield right quick so I can see you better. Because right now you're like a little ghost behind the. I've never in my life seen this before, bro. I'm seeing the water. Y'all see the water? I'm seeing condensation, sweat, steam, all of that in there. Nah, man. Okay, I get the idea. It's because you want to pretend to be nonviolent. Although I seen some of y'all out there with them costumes on engaging in violence still. I saw one of y'all get pepper sprayed through the air hole because y'all are violent. But bro, I mean, this is just crazy, man. What if like when foreign nations see this, they laugh. Everyone laughs except for y'all, I suppose. Okay. And we got more. This lady, Chinese lady, is like, what's happening here? I don't know what's going on. This is her perspective. And RIP to the headphone user. Sorry for that loud noise. Let's go ahead and get some of that sound reduced. It's ma'am.
Ice cold water, ice cold water.
The only black guys in the crowd are the ones working the camera. Yes, her name is G Van Fleet. Shout out to her, the Chinese lady, G Van Fleet. All right, so there we go. So yeah, shout out to them, the No Kings protest. If you went to the No Kings protest, hope you had a good time at the No Kings protest. Now, this is going to be Katie Porter. Now, remember, Katie Porter had a little incident, the little dust up, the little kerfuffle, whatever. Hold on, out there in California, because there was an interview with CBS California for all the gubernatorial candidates. You're trying to become the governor of California. You had this little interview. Excuse me. It's a way to be introduced to the public so they can know who you are and what your stances are. Now, I ain't gonna play this whole thing, but let's just watch some of this to get you a refresher. Then we're gonna get an update from Katie Porter herself. Again, Katie Porter is the front runner, or at least she was a front runner. I'm not quite sure about now, but the last I checked, she's the front runner to become the next governor of California when Gavin is out.
And I said I support it.
So, and the question is, what do you say to the 40% of voters who voted for Trump?
Oh, I'm happy to say that. It's the do you need them to win part that I don't understand. I'm happy to answer the question as you have it written, and I'll answer it.
And we've also asked the other candidates, do you think you need any of those 40% of California voters to win? And you're saying, no, you don't.
No, I'm saying I'm going to try to win every vote I can. And what I'm saying to you is that...
Well, to those voters, okay, so you...
I don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to call it. Okay. Thank you.
You're not going to do the interview with us?
Nope, not like this. I'm not. Not with 7 follow-ups to every single question you ask.
Every other candidate has answered our follow-ups.
I don't care. I want to have a pleasant, positive conversation in which you ask me about every issue on this list. And if every question you're going to make up a follow-up question, then we're never going to get there.
Ms.
And
Porter,
we're just going to circle around.
I am an investigative
I have never
reporter.
had to do this before, ever.
So you get the idea. You're refreshed. You see what happened here. Katie Porter, the leading California gubernatorial candidate, had a meltdown and almost walked off. Say, you know what? I'm gonna call it. I don't want to do it anymore. Now she's kind of trying like going on an apology tour. Okay, this is her right here. All right, let's check this out.
And I want people to know that I understand what I did was not good. I'm not going to mince words about it. But I also want people to understand that I am in this fight because I am not going to back down or give 1 inch when people are hurting Californians. And both of those things can be true at the same time. And I want people to know.
All right, so what do y'all think about Katie Porter? Do you think that she is genuine? You know what I noticed right there? Maybe y'all saw it as well. She says, I know what I did was, what'd she say? Hold on. I don't want to misquote her.
And I want people to know that I understand what I did was not good.
It was not good. You mean wrong? Yeah, wrong would be the right word to use. Why would you use more words than needed to express a thought? It's because you don't want to say that you were wrong. Oh, it wasn't good. See, you're trying to avoid accountability. Already you're avoiding accountability. That's not the mark of a good leader. Leaders must be accountable. If you can't be told anything, if you can't be proven wrong, if you can't ever be wrong, you're not a good leader. You have too much pride, too much ego, and you a little bit crazy on top of that. You got a hair trigger. But again, that could be your next governor. And if Californians want her, God forbid, but if they do, oh well. You gotta suffer. Those who vote for her, if they succeed and she becomes elected, they'll suffer. And then when they're at the bottom of misery, they got to leave, escape, figure out something else, or vote differently. That's what's going to happen. So I know it wasn't just me that heard that. Oh, what I did wasn't good. What you did was wrong. Just say that. Be accountable. I was wrong. I apologize. Oh, what I did, it wasn't good, but no accountability. Again, Katie Porter. Hopefully she does not become the next governor of California, but it doesn't look too good. Okay. Now, I want to play AOC. I want you guys to hear from her because this woman could be the 2028 presidential nominee from the Democratic Party, or she could be on a ticket somewhere. They don't really have anybody. Y'all know how I keep saying it. As of right now, it's not even really clear. Gavin should be the guy, but Gavin is weird. I'm seeing Gavin with his legs crossed, skin looking funny, looking like a whoopee cushion in the face, doing all this. Gavin is not really the kind of guy that could, he don't really have it all the way. He's not a lock. So they may want to bring in the AOC to get the Hispanic vote, to get the female vote, to get the liberal vote, to get her followers. Maybe they might want Stephen A. Smith because of the ESPN followers and whatnot. Who knows? But let's watch some of this.
And it is clear to communicate that as an individual. Now, to the question earlier as well, when they talk about Republicans and their success online, they have been successful because they have also been very clear, especially digitally, about what they believe. That women are inferior, they do not deserve equal rights, that they believe that LGBTQ Americans are subhuman, that they believe and are circulating disgusting racial and white supremacist messaging that they are able to get away with digitally and online.
And like, she's not a very good speaker. She's not very good when she speaks. If you're going to get somebody to be an AOC, to be in her position, you got to get a good speaker. And she's not that.
And they are able to radicalize and target and exploit a generation of young boys, in particular, away from healthy masculinity and into an insecure masculinity that requires the domination of others who are poorer, browner, darker, or a different gender than them. And that is why they are resonating online, because they are appealing to the most basest and worst parts of human nature.
The basest? Is that a word? I mean, come on. What are we doing, AOC? Hey, Democrats, run her, please. I beg of you to run her.
To divide us. And why to divide us? So that the same people who own those platforms, people like Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Mark Zuckerberg, that these people can continue to get away with highway robbery in tax cuts and in order to fleece all of our pockets, cut our health care, keep our wages low so that we remain fighting amongst ourselves while they make themselves richer. And so in order for us to fight back against that, we must be clear about what we believe, have strong beliefs, and also be completely unwilling to bow to that kind of division and stand in solidarity with one another, especially when it is someone whose culture is different from ours or whose background we may not entirely understand, but that we honor, love, and see as our fellow Americans.
Hey, yo, see, ladies and gentlemen, and hold on.
Platforms.
You see Bernie on stage with his signature meme pose. Hold on. With the, why is he there? Why? Please don't run this guy. Like, I want you to run AOC because it'd be easy to defeat her. And it'd be fair to fight her metaphorically, not literally, to the people that want to snitch. It'd be easy to defeat her in an election. And it'd be fair because she is of sound mind. Well, I'm not saying she's smart, but she's not like dementia or nothing like this. You understand what I'm saying? But Bernie Sanders is already 83 years old. So he'd be what, like 85 by then? Hold on. How old is he right now? He's 84. He's 84. So we're now in 2025. He just turned 84 in September. So 3 more years, and 28, he'll be 87. Come on. Get this man off the stage. But this right here is what I'm talking about. They don't have anybody. So they got to bring out Bernie Sanders. They got to bring out AOC, who can't talk at all. And AOC is, I would say, I'm going to ask a question. Who's the worst speaker? Or the worst speaker? Who's worse? AOC or Kamala when it comes to speaking? Just speaking. Being able to go out there and string 2 words together. Being able to say words that are actually words, things that make sense. Who is the worst speaker? Is it AOC or Kamala? I think she's right on the... If Kamala couldn't succeed, how can AOC succeed? Again, run her. We'll win and keep on moving.
Can I ask?
Now, I got one more from her. It's a shorter one, so we'll just get through it right quick. And the question is, should taxpayers foot the bill for illegal alien health care? Let's see what she says.
Can I ask you on this to follow up? Because you said that it is federal law that people, undocumented immigrants, can't get Medicare, Medicaid, the Obamacare subsidies. Do you believe that should be the law, though? Or do you think undocumented immigrants should have access to federally funded health care?
I believe personally that health care is a human right. I believe that every person should be able to go to the doctor. But I believe that right now, federal law is the federal law. And that absolutely, that U.S. citizens and people who pay into our programs deserve to be covered by these programs. And I mean, once again, I do believe that the federal laws that we have on the books are appropriate.
But if you could choose, do you believe that should be changed?
Pardon?
If you could choose, do you believe that?
What? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's go back. What was that? AOC, come on.
That should be changed?
Pardon?
If you could choose, do you believe that the federal law should be changed?
I believe in a single payer healthcare system where if you go in and you need a doctor, you can get the medical attention that you need.
Okay, let me just...
Can I ask you...
Okay, so if you want single payer healthcare, that means you don't believe that the things that are happening right now should be happening. If you want single payer healthcare, then you're not in favor of the federal laws being on the books the way they are. So you're giving out 2 different answers. The first answer was, no, illegal aliens shouldn't get access to healthcare and the laws should be the same. But then you just said you want single payer, which causes the laws to change. So which one is it? Hey man, go back to the bar. Literally go back to the kitchen or the bar or wherever you do that. You're good at that. Have a talk with these drunk guys getting off of their trip, getting off their business, talk to them. Now, Mamdani, like I said earlier, just let Mamdani happen in New York City because I'm trying to tell them don't do it. It's going to be a bad thing. It's going to be harmful to you. But if they don't want to hear me, then so be it.
You've heard.
Then so be it. Let's play some of this a little bit, then I'll move on.
You've heard it from Andrew Cuomo that the number one crisis in this city, the housing crisis, the answer is to evict my wife and I. He thinks you address this crisis by unleashing my landlord's ability to raise my rent. If you think that the problem in this city is that my rent is too low, vote for him. If you know the problem in this city is that your rent is too high, vote for me. You've heard it from Andrew.
Okay, so look, Mamdani is in the rent-controlled apartment. How are you a trust fund baby in the rent-controlled apartment? Is that for you, or is it for the more unfortunate, for the ones who are in financial need of that kind of thing? See, that's what I'm talking about. These rich people taking advantage of things that they say are for the poor. No, it's for you. It's for you. That's what's going on. So don't try to deflect and say, oh, well, he wants to evict me. You got the money. You be all right. You'll be just fine.
But the question
now, here he is talking about what's happening in New York City or what he wants to do in New York City with the free buses. Hey, Mamdani, how you going to do that? How you going to make the buses free? How you going to deliver all these free things you're promising?
But the question is how you'll make them free.
We will fund the revenue that would have otherwise been brought in from fares. And that's something that we would do in partnership with Albany. And I've put forward two proposals. The first is to raise taxes on the top 1% of New Yorkers by 2%. That would raise $4 billion. The second is to raise the state's top corporate tax rate to match that of New Jersey, which would raise $5 billion.
But the question is.
So you want the top tax rate? You want the top tax rate to be 52%? Oh, that's what it's like. That's what it's going to add up to. You're talking about the majority of income that someone generates. You're going to take that from them. Why would I live in a place where that's going to happen to me? Why would I want 52% of my income taken by you? All you're going to do is just waste it on traveling, crack smoking. You're gonna be Meals on Wheels. We're gonna have deals on wheels. You're gonna have needles on wheels. You're gonna have crack smoke, meth smoke, heroin, all of that on the bus. I don't want that. If I was in New York City, I would not want to be intermingled with the population of the dregs, those who are out there just doing whatever. The NPCs that are pretty much on the edge of being zombies. I don't want to be linked up with them on the bus. But you're going to do that with this program by stealing money from those who work hard and provide jobs. So what you're going to do ultimately is cause more inflation. If I have a business and you're hiking my taxes, I'm not just going to eat that. Either I'm going to leave the city completely or I'm going to raise prices on goods and services. Let's say I got a McDonald's and you're raising up prices. Okay, well, check it out. That McDouble or whatever you want, hey, the price of the brick going up. It's going all the way up. You were paying $10 for a singular sandwich in New York City. Well, now it's going to be $15. So you have higher prices that's going to negatively impact the poorer people, those who don't have a lot of money. It's going to impact them. And you're going to have a worse quality of life for them by putting the crack smokers on the bus with them at the same time. Make it make sense, Mamdani. But again, if you want to vote for him, knock yourself out. It's fine. Okay, now Curtis Sliwa, I liked him. I like Curtis Sliwa. I would want him to become the next mayor of New York City, but I know how it is in New York. It's rough. Mamdani is going to be the guy because they want him. A lot of these idiots in New York City don't know anything, and they're going to vote Mamdani when they should vote Sliwa. Let's watch some of this. And Sliwa did respond. They said that Sliwa lost. I'm like, how are you going to judge who won or who lost? Who's to say who won or who lost? Who can make that determination? Because really, who won or who lost is a matter of opinion. I think Curtis Sliwa did well. I think he won. What makes what I'm saying wrong and what they're saying right? But let's watch some of this, shall we?
You think you're the toughest guy alive. But let me tell you something. You lost your own primary, right? You were rejected by your Democrats.
Why
and
didn't
you have
you
a
send the
difficult
National Guard?
understanding that what the term no is. You're not going to stand up to Donald Trump.
I agree with Curtis.
You're not going to stand.
Yeah,
Okay, so the subject was National Guard coming to New York City. They all said they didn't want the Guard in New York City. That was kind of an L for Curtis Sliwa, in my humble opinion, but I think he still did very well in the debate. And I still like him out of everybody on stage. Now, I'm seeing something right now. I'm seeing it for the very first time. They got like a whole mountain of water right next to them. Do you need to have an entire package of water on the stage next to you? I mean, good night. Stop drinking the Starbucks. And maybe you won't have you would not have the camel tongue action if you stop drinking the Starbucks and the dehydrating stuff. But anyway, I like what he said right here. And then to the point about Cuomo being on stage, Cuomo did lose the primary because he ran as a Democrat, obviously, and Mamdani beat him. So why is he on stage? You see what I'm saying? He lost. It should just be Curtis Sliwa and Mamdani. But the powers that be and Cuomo himself think that he has a better chance of succeeding than Curtis Sliwa. The problem is he already lost in the primary to Mamdani. If you lost in the primary to Mamdani, how are you going to win the general against the same guy you lost the primary to? Don't make no sense. But anyway, let's keep on moving here.
Why?
And this is Curtis Lewa being interviewed afterward. And again, he is the Republican candidate for New York City to become the next mayor.
However, I think it is clear to New Yorkers who are against Mamdani that you and Cuomo are splitting the anti-Mamdani vote. So my question is simple. Are you okay if Mamdani wins that you, so to speak, contributed to that?
Well, no. I mean, that's an unfair question because you're trying to say that he contributed. Okay. The assertion here is that by Curtis Lewa being in the race, he's splitting the vote, the anti-Mamdani vote between himself and Andrew Cuomo. But the problem is Cuomo lost in the primary. So if he lost in the primary, how does he have any chance to succeed in the general? It is him who is in the race, speaking about Cuomo. It is Cuomo who's the one who's splitting the vote, not Sliwa.
So to speak, contributed to that.
Well, number one, Ackman is a jerk. Has he been right yet? Here's a guy who goes up to Newport, Rhode Island and thinks he's a professional tennis player. Come on, Ackman, stay in your lane. Does he know anything about politics? No. Does he live in New York City? No. He lives in Chapaka, the whitest suburb of America, where even the lawn jockeys are white. He may know Wall Street. He may know hedge funds. He has been wrong every step of the way with the billionaires. So let's say people come to the conclusion, if somehow I lose, and we know Andrew Cuomo's lost, he's already tossed in the town. Oh, it's because of you, Curtis. Really? It's because of the Democrats. Wait a second. Who created Zohran Mamdani? Who embraced him? Who nourished him? Who supported him? And how dare you, people who know nothing about politics, suggest that everybody who's going to vote for me is suddenly going to be reborn? We love Andrew Cuomo. He killed all these elderly. He's a sexual harasser. He told conservatives and Republicans in 2014, if you're conservative and you believe in right to life and the Second Amendment, you have no place in New York.
I'm going to pause for a minute. I heard the whole thing about the lawn jockey. That was kind of weird. Curtis Lewa. Let me just say what I got to say right quick. Let me just pause here. Actually, I'm going to just pause. Okay. Curtis Lewa, I like him when it comes to politics, but he's a little bit off-putting. I'll put it to you that way. A little bit off-putting, not very smooth. Mamdani is smooth as silk. No filler words. Very well polished, but actors are polished like that. That's what he is as an actor. He was in the movie, but his mom directed it. So he's already an actor. Like, that's already something that we know. He's an actor, a well-polished actor. Curtis Lewa was like a regular New Yorker. Andrew Cuomo is the guy who is experienced and has done it before. The problem with Cuomo is that he's run his course in New York. It's over. The whole sexual harassment thing, that's pretty much a wrap on that. It is what it is. Whether it's right or wrong, it is what it is. It's over. He had a good run. Been around since the 80s in politics. It's over, Cuomo. Mamdani is going to be the guy, unfortunately, because Democrat and well-polished. Curtis Lewa, not very well-polished, but the best policy. If you put him in there, he'll be the best choice for New York. Simple as that. So yeah, shout out to Curtis Lewa. I hope that you will be able to succeed, but I don't really see it happening. Now, speaking to politicians, people that might succeed, people that might not succeed, Stephen A. Smith. Hey, are y'all ready for Stephen A. Smith to run for president of the USA? Y'all ready for Stephen A.? Stephen A. Smith. I can't do Stephen A. Smith yet. I can't do that type of, I gotta practice him. But let's watch some of this.
We're listening to this kind of stuff while a young man walked up to the microphone and said that he had to leave here to go and work on DoorDash to help pay for his daughter's tuition. Meanwhile, everybody up here getting paid. But he ain't. This is this kind of stuff Right here. That's how you know, and I'm not accusing any of you directly or personally of feeling this way. I'm just talking about the apparatus that is Washington, the nation's capital. This is why you have so many Americans, excuse my language, so pissed off at Washington, because somehow, some way you get to have these conversations, engage in specific elements of it to talk about what we need to do to get things better. Our debt is $37.8 trillion. Somehow, some way, the taxpayer's been paying this, been throwing money, because we all look at our check, and it's been going to the government. And somehow, some way, you're supposed to be doing something constructive and productive enough to make sure that we don't have that kind of deficit. It isn't happening. A government shutdown is going on right now. A man has to work on DoorDash when he's really an air traffic controller that we applauded. And we're up here talking about how much some money is going to cost. And the only person that don't have a check coming is him. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take a break.
All right. We'll go to the audience.
Okay, so, I mean, look, people get laid off, people get fired, people get furloughed all the time. Just because it's the federal government don't mean that they're any different. No better or worse. It's the same as everybody else. How many of y'all been fired from a job or got put on temporary layoff? You got reassigned. You got your hours cut. That's a fact of life. It is what it is. Now, he is the guy, you know, the DoorDash guy. He has a good job as an ATC. And quite frankly, if you got that kind of job, you should have some money stacked up to not have to do DoorDash right now. But that's neither here nor there. You got a pretty good job, so you'll be all right once they get back on deck. Once the government is back open, you'll be back and it'll be fine. So don't worry about it. So the whole thing about him doing DoorDash, I'm like, all right, I mean, Stephen A is going to be able to appeal to some people with what he's saying. And I think that he has a pretty good chance of getting some traction. But I want to know how well he'll do when it comes down to the discovery. Okay, Stephen, we're going to go through your life with a fine-tooth comb. If we see something that looks crazy, it's going to be a problem, and you're going to have to answer for it. So we'll see. You're So Cool says, I've been fired from better jobs than him. Hey, let me see. But, I don't know. But again, they don't have anybody, so that's the best they can do. Now, Mitch McConnell is an example of what I'm talking about as far as not having anybody to do anything or not having anybody to replace you. Now, the same way the Democrats got a problem with not having anybody, so do the Republicans. Mitch McConnell should not be in office at all right now. He should be at the house chilling in Kentucky. He shouldn't be in office. And as you can see, he's walking around D.C. with a handler literally holding his hand. What he should be doing is using the wheelchair or a walker or a cane, but he doesn't want to do that. So when he's approached by somebody with a question, he lets go of the guy's hand to not look as feeble and weak as what he is. Although he's very feeble and weak and can barely walk, can barely hold his balance. And that letting go of their hand, plus the young lady kind of like walking next to him, getting in his way a little bit, caused him to fall. Take a look.
My name is Stella. I want to ask, do you support ICE taking working people off the streets and kidnapping them?
See? And you can see, so look, you can see that there's this little thing over here, little, I guess like a desk area or something like this. It's like a little short wall right there, right? And they're walking kind of close to it, and so is she, the young lady asking the question. You can see how close she is to it and how close he is. And the guy is right there because the guy knows that Mitch McConnell needs assistance. And he's walking without holding his hand to look good for the camera. But you can see his gait is just bad. And you can see him right there reaching for the guy's hand because he can feel it coming. His gait's not there. He's 83 years old. He had polio as a child, and it's gotten worse over the years. He's fallen quite a bit in D.C. And look, you can see her getting closer and closer to the edge So now it's like kind of getting tight. And she is almost touching him. So you got to kind of like get through this little gap between the guy that he needs for balance and a young lady who's just kind of in the way, right? And then as we get closer and closer, the gap gets even tighter. And he now is grabbing the guy like, I need you right now. I'm about to fall. And then, of course, she's so close to him. She's almost touching him. And her coat is touching this little short wall. So that's creating the little small avenue. And boom, now I'm on the ground. I'm falling. Okay. Now, of course, term limits, obviously, because you can't be like that in government. If you're barely able to walk, I mean, you really shouldn't be like that in government. But also, partially, it was the young lady's fault. But if he was of sound body, that wouldn't have happened. He could still walk and not have somebody barely get in his way, trip him up. Because that's what happened. She is in the way, but it shouldn't really be like that. If he was of sound mind, of sound body, I don't know about mind, that wouldn't have happened. But obviously, he's not. And you can see his gait. Look at his gait. He's hunched over, wobbling. You shouldn't be in government. It is what it is. So, yeah. Now, some said that he did that just to avoid answering the question. I don't think so, because he's fallen before. He's fallen quite a bit. And you can see how the whole thing happened, what led up to it. You can see it unfolding right before your eyes. What he needs to do, though, to prevent that from happening again is get in the wheelchair. Hey, Mitch McConnell, I know you wanted to be standing up, looking good. But at a certain point, you're going to keep falling on the ground. And you can't just keep having everybody cart you through. Like Weekend at Bernie's. Look at the end right here. It's Weekend at Bernie's. You got two people. You got the handler guy and the cop helping you walk. Get some kind of assistance. Okay, get some kind of assistance to help you get around. Rather than relying on human beings to kind of just Weekend at Bernie's you throughout the way. Oh yeah, it's probably a fake hip and some more stuff going on with him because he's old. Now, let's go to California, shall we? Let's go to San Francisco and what's happening out there. Again, California, beautiful place, but there's some crazy things happening in a place like San Fran.
So the people in charge of San Francisco are telling us that there's no need for the National Guard to be sent in because they got everything under control. It's all fine. Really? This is fine? This, they're telling us. This is the scene right across this city. Block after block, street after street. Open-air drug markets, people suffering and dying on the streets as a result of up to 1,000 criminal drug dealers, mostly from Honduras, illegal criminal gangs selling fentanyl on the streets of San Francisco. It's gone on for more than a decade now. Nothing's being done about it. Nothing is being done about it now. So don't tell me everything's under control. It is not. As governor, I will take action because we got to stop this great city being destroyed in this way. So the people in charge.
So yeah, I mean, that stuff right there. Some are going to say, like I said before, in other videos, oh, ABL, that's just that one neighborhood. It's not that bad. It shouldn't be like that anywhere, really. And it shouldn't be widespread like the way it is in California. This kind of scene is all over the place. And a lot of that is just them it's them not really enforcing any kind of drug laws. Just letting the drugs happen, letting them become hooked on it, and letting them just use out in the open. It's an issue. It's definitely a problem. It's definitely an issue out there in California. And that man's name is Steve Hilton, running for governor of California. Shout out to Steve Hilton. Is it Hilton or Hinton? Let me make sure I'm saying the right thing. His name is Steve Hilton. That is correct. Now, we got some good news on the deportation efforts. This is something I didn't even think about. So ICE hit up Chicago O'Hare Airport in the rideshare area and got some of them Uber Lyft drivers here illegally in the USA. All right, let's watch some of this.
Did you guys see they just did an ICE raid at Chicago O'Hare's rideshare parking lot? Like, as an American, you can't even get gig work anymore. Like, think about it. You have to compete to be able to drive around other people, or you have to compete to drop off people's food. So they did an ICE raid at the Chicago O'Hare parking lot, and they said it was at least 50 to 60 cars out there. And when they were done, there was only like 15. And they're saying that they're not suppressing our wages, right? So let me get this straight. They're not suppressing the wages, but you have to compete with more than double the amount of people who were supposed to be here. And that's not even counting that you're probably gonna get less per ride because there's so many people willing to do the job. Of course they're willing to do it, dude. They're getting assistance. They're not having to pay for a car. They're barely having to pay for rent. Yeah, they can take less wage per ride. So to sit here and say that it's not being suppressed, it's not real. You know, that's like when they said tariffs are gonna ruin the economy, they're gonna increase the price of everything, and then just nothing happened. People who have no understanding of basic economics are out here talking every day on the news, telling us how bad it's gonna be. Open your eyes, you guys. It's gonna be fine.
Right on. So shout out to him. And I've been saying that. It's like the illegal aliens suppress wages. That's the issue. Or whatever they want to, migrants, the asylum seekers, illegal aliens, they suppress wages. They come over here and they'll do things for cheaper. And then when they get on Uber Eats and Lyft and regular cars, they flood the market, therefore driving the prices down because there's so many guys and girls doing the exact same thing. You flooded the market. That's going to bring a lower price per trip and fewer trips. A lower price per trip and fewer trips. So you're going to have less opportunity to make money, and each ride is going to be less money. So what he's saying is right on point. And it's not just Uber, Lyft, it's all kind of industries. The trucking is a big thing. And I put the video out today, or what was that, yesterday? I don't know when it was. But earlier, of the truck driver going the wrong way down the highway. It's like, and when the regular American guy pulled up on him and started talking to him, you could hear the trucker's voice. I mean, the truck driver that was going the wrong, you could hear his voice. No English, or a little teeny bit of English. Matter of fact, hold on. If you guys have not seen it, let me show it to you right quick. All right, let's just do it this way. Okay, it'll work.
You have got to be kidding me. I mean, what the are... Dude, what? What are you doing?
I'm going that way. Keep it right here. But it's not working. Then I'm doing done. I'll go the other side.
Let me ask you a question, man.
Okay.
You are going the wrong way down the freeway. You are committing a felony right now.
Okay, what I'm doing, sir?
Well, one, why the fuck going the wrong way down the freeway?
That's all right. I'm doing it back. Sorry, sir.
Well, no, I'm just asking because
I'm so sorry, but where is the phone? I go that side, but that's not.
Yeah.
See, that kind of stuff right there, the English ain't really there. You're driving on the wrong side of the highway, and an 18-wheeler, like, it's just whatever. I'm trying to bust a U-turn in this 18-wheeler. See, stuff like that you can't do. You cannot do that. And when you bringing in a bunch of these guys who don't have all the knowledge of how to drive in America, and the English ain't right, and they're here illegally, you causing not only weight suppressing,
this message is for
AT3, but you causing danger to be out there on the roads. You're causing an issue. Okay, now look, back to some of these No Kings people. This woman says she's homeless and some of her buddies do not want to go to the No King stuff. Okay, let's see what she's talking about here. Let's see what's going on. All right, I don't know if this is Portland, Seattle. I don't know what's happening, but let's watch.
So I'm really bummed out because my protest buddy bailed on me and like nobody else wants to go. And it's like we're homeless because of the economy and that's part of what we're protesting. But that's what happened at the last No King's Day. No one would come with me. And the only people that I found from the shelter who were there were actually just trying to panhandle. Didn't have... They actually argued for fascism. So, bizarro world. We live in bizarro world. But yeah, I'm going to the protest by myself. I've got my bubbles. I've got some wipes in case I get dirty. But I always have wipes. I don't know why I said that. I don't know. I'm just like, ugh. I don't like when people talk to me like I'm weird for protesting. And a veteran, I was telling a veteran, like, hey, come with me. Like a homeless veteran. Like, come with me. Come hang out at the park. Like, the last No King's Day I went to was, like, really fun. There were a bunch of kids. It was just, like, a good time. We talked about the issues. And if it's not a good time, like, if it's not safe, we can leave. And she was just like... I was like, I don't know. I just grew up protesting. And she was like, clearly. And then I said, you know the military's not getting paid right now. She's like, yeah, I know.
Okay, so that's crazy. Look, you are a homeless person and your buddies out there who are homeless with you don't want to go to the protests. You grew up protesting. Now, here's my question I got to ask. I don't know how you got to this particular space where you out here on the street and using wipes to clean yourself. I don't know what's going on. I'm not here to judge, but how has protesting helped you in your life? If you've been out there your whole life protesting, what has it gotten you? You're just kind of out here floundering, trying to figure out a way to get to the next day. So I don't think that's really a good thing to do. Okay, now if y'all getting paid or something like that, okay, I get it, but I don't recommend that. You being paid from a protest, if you are, but you're probably not, is still not going to be enough to get you out of your situation. You need to be up out of the street, being in society and productive. But if you don't want to do that, you're going to be out here protesting. So yeah, shout out to her. Hey, and it was funny. The friend was like, yeah, I can tell you've been protesting your whole life. She's shocked. Yeah, she could tell because of what you got going on. Now, this is really interesting. This guy was able to get into one of those protests and he saw something really interesting. He witnessed something. He spied a thing that looks really interesting. Check it out.
It's like the ending scene from The Sopranos out here. I just think this is so funny.
Did y'all see that? Wait a minute. USAID? Sir, what's going on with the USAID shirt? Okay, I got to ask you a question. Are you wearing that shirt just because it happened to be the clean one you had in your closet? Okay, I got to go to this protest. What am I going to do? I don't got no more polos. I'm throwing my USAID polo. Or are you an employee? Are you someone that was an employee? Why are you there? Are you a former USAID guy who's still wearing the shirt to help them organize this stuff? What's going on? They're not even trying to hide it no more. They got staff out there. They got lanyards. They got all of that to show how inorganic it is. So yeah, shout out to USA at the so-called No Kings protest. Not surprising at all. And if you're not USA, then why'd you wear that shirt out of all the shirts in the world? Like, what was the deal behind that? Anyway, if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Memphis, Tennessee, National Guard. Hey, the people at the No Kings protest, where it's 99.9999999% white, are going to be against deploying the National Guard in a place like Memphis. However, Memphis residents are a tad bit different. Let's watch some of this. And let's watch some of the footage from the deployment.
This is America.
I'm gonna turn the music down a little bit because you know how they do with that. But we got the nice big machinery right here. Okay, we got the police, we got the helicopters in the field, in the sky. I'm with it. Okay. Thank you, President Trump. We got the boys out there walking. It looks nice and safe, nice and orderly. Everything's all right.
Here today, you're showing your support for the.
Let me just go back a little bit.
My area. I got the strap.
All right, so you're here today. You're showing your support for the troops being here in Memphis. Is that correct?
Oh, yes.
And tell me why. Why do you support?
Well, for the past 50 to 60 years, the Democrat Party has been in charge of Memphis, and nothing's gotten better. Schools have gotten worse. The crime is out of control, and what are we doing about it? We keep voting for the same people who have the same outlook on life. It's not helping anything. Nothing has gotten better.
And so you feel that the Democratic Party...
Who else is responsible?
And so do you feel that the Republican Party is basically doing this to help the city of Memphis?
Well, yeah, if crime goes down, everything changes. We don't have to live like this. Here's what I wish. People would be more upset at the crime happening in their city than Donald Trump sending troops to help the city. You're fighting the wrong fights.
So let me ask, what is your expectation of the forces being here?
Relief. Just relief. Because I'm tired of hearing the sound, the sound of gunshots putting my newborn to sleep. We don't got to live like this. It's nonsense. And the Democrat Party has failed us, and it's time that we stop voting these clowns in. It makes no sense.
And what would you like to say to President Donald Trump if he was to hear this?
Thank you. Please send more. Please send as many. Stay as long as you want. Stop by my house. I got Diet Coke for you. Please help us. We actually need help.
Right on. There we go. So a sharp contrast from the No Kings protest. We got a guy out here saying, hey, come on. And he's not just by himself. There's quite a few guys, black guys, white guys, whatever, in Memphis saying the same thing. Please bring more. Bring them here. We're tired of the YNs. We're tired of these criminal people shooting and thugging and drugging and carrying on. We're tired of them. Get them up out of here. And the illegal aliens at the same time. So bring ICE, bring the guard, bring the cops, bring whatever you can bring to rid us of this crime problem. Memphis, Tennessee, one of the most dangerous cities in all of the USA. Worse than Chicago. A lot of, like, when we talk about the per capita rate, it's real bad in Memphis. You got nice areas in Memphis too, but in the bad areas, it's real bad, and it spills out into the areas that shouldn't be bad. So yeah, shout out to him out there in Memphis, Tennessee, for just understanding what's going on with the whole situation, just being able to really get it. Now, this video kind of went viral a little bit, and I want to spend a little bit of time on it. This woman says that she has 4 degrees and no job. Let's get into it.
Can someone explain to me how I have 4 degrees and still can't get a job? BA in communication, BA in Spanish, BFA in dance. Get ready for this one. Master's degree in freaking journalism. Mind you, I've gotten laid off not once, not twice, but 3 times in the span of 2 years. So if you're feeling behind, just know you're not alone. Basically, we're all cooked. Can someone...
Okay, there's a lot I want to say. I had to show this one to give my 2 cents on it. Now look, I congratulate you for being ambitious to get your degrees. You got 4 degrees. Shout out to you for that accomplishment. The question I have for you is, what skills do you actually have? Okay, you have a degree in Spanish. All right, what you going to do with that? Do you already speak Spanish before the degree? What you going to be? You're going to be an interpreter? Like, what can you do with that degree? You have a degree in dance. What you going to do with a degree in dance? Are you going to be able to go on Indeed.com and find a job in dance? Like, what is that really? You don't have degrees that you don't have degrees that line up with higher ability right away that make you stand out from the rest. Because what skill is that? What can you do with what you've learned outside of a job environment? Like beyond having to go to a job and get paid 9 to 5, could you do anything for those degrees beyond that? Could you be subcontracted to do anything from what you've learned? Rather than spending a bunch of time and money on an education kind of blindly, you need to be thinking about what you're going to be able to do afterward. Think about how your degree is uncommon or common. A communications degree, what's that going to do? A lot of people got that kind of same degree, and they're all going for the same job you're going for. A lot of these office jobs and things like this. What can you do, though? That'd be my question. Now, how you feel about that? Do y'all think that she's entitled to a job because of her degrees? Or do you think she needs to have an actual skill that someone wants to pay her for? Because all I have is an associate's degree. But yet somehow, I've been a journalist for a long time. Somehow I made it happen. Somehow I did it. So what makes me different than her? Why am I able to do what I do, but she can't do what she wants to do? It's different mentality. I don't think about trying to find a job. I think about being skilled so I can do things without having the job. And if I was to go take a job, it needed to be a really sweet deal for me to do it. Really, really sweet. But beyond that, I can always do what I want to do. That's why the trade guys are killing it right now, because if they have a job or they don't, they could still get money. If you know how to drive vehicles, you could drive vehicles without having to work for a trucking company or delivery company. You could go on your phone and just get rides, get loads. Okay, you got a box truck, you got a dually, you got an F-150, whatever it is. Okay, you could just go pick up stuff and drive it without having any kind of degree, without having anything, because you have the skill to be able to drive. You have the skill to load things, to attach your trailer to your vehicle, all that kind of stuff. You could do that. But with your degrees, what can you do? That'd be my question. Oh, and the money gonna be crazy. Yeah, the money she owes, the student loan debt, that's something else. I don't think student loans should be available to everybody. I think that it should be more controlled. You should go through an approval process. If you want to go study dance, that's fine, but it shouldn't be a student loan that allows you to do that. If you have a scholarship and you want to study dance, knock yourself out. But it shouldn't be a student loan to study dance, because they know you're not going to be able to do anything with that degree. You're wasting money. And if you can afford to waste money, you shouldn't take out a loan to spend the money. My brew story says, I know what you mean. I have an associate's of science degree and was still able to make it work. Kept my head down and stayed focused to my goal. My patience paid off. Exactly. 100%. That's how it is. Okay, you're a welder, lost someone, or you know about welders. Shout out to the welders. You can learn a trade on the job. That's right, Jim Adams. You can learn on the job. Okay, I've seen people do that. Guys that are now plumbers, they got a job with somebody. Like they were a helper, and then they picked up certain skills from helping, and then they got more education, and then now they're journeyman making plenty of money. 6 figures easy. 6 figures easy. Onyx said she's probably going to apply her degree to one industry. She needs to learn to apply her degree in whatever field is available. Yes, exactly. Phoenix says, I have an associate degree and I started my own business. Absolutely. No marketable skill. That's right. That is right. So yeah, shout out to her. Hopefully she makes it, but you got to think, okay, what can I do? All right, let's keep on going here. Now, here's the reality for some people who are working right now. These are going to be some Google employees out there in Mountain View, California, Silicon Valley. All right, and they live in these particular arrangements. Watch this.
So needing one of the Google office buildings to show you how your average Googler lives.
In 3/4 of a mile, at the roundabout, take the second exit.
This is not right by Google HQ. They don't have any parking there. These are the offices around Mountain View that have a bunch of little Google outbuildings. And there have been studies, almost all of these people living or staying on the side of the road here are tech workers. A lot of them are super commuting, so they're here during the week and then they drive farther away on the weekends to where their actual homes are.
Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. So they're not necessarily living in those full time, but they live there during the week because maybe they can't actually afford one of these houses right in Mountain View. This might be where the execs live or others. Like, that's not really for them because that real estate out there, cause think about it. You could be a Google employee making a lot of money, but do you make Mountain View, California money? Do you make enough money to stay right next to Google HQ? I don't know about that. You might live very far away, 2 hours away, 3 hours away. And rather than making the commute every morning, you just stay in the RV. And in the week, you just go back to the RV. And on the weekend, Friday, 5 o'clock, you go back home, all the way home.
But these are the actual homes of an awful lot of Google and other tech employees.
But do you think that they have other homes or do they just live there? Because at a certain point, if you're living in that, you might as well stay there. But yeah, we got an RV park out there by Google HQ. Now, hopefully we just have tech people here and we don't have any crack smokers mixed in the mix because this little RV park, this little RV encampment, it appears to be kind of orderly because you got orderly people. But once you mix in the crack smokers and all of that, that's what's going to go downhill. So there we go. That's California for you. Okay. It just lived there permanently. No utilities hooked up. Hey, that's my question. Where are they going to number one, number two, all of that good stuff? I'm sure they got solar power batteries and stuff like this for their electronics, but how are they cooking? How are they showering? Hey. Well, you got a point, rub it out a reason. Cheaper and cleaner than a hotel. Yeah. Definitely for that part of the country, Silicon Valley. Very much cheaper than a hotel. Now look, I'm told that the migrants do very, very good work. They are the best, and Americans suck when it comes to work, when it comes to building things. But I'm not really sure what's going on because when you see houses like this, and this is USA, when you see houses, I'm like, okay, what's going on with these houses? Take a look. Hold on, let's get some sound.
Got some new condos built in my neighborhood. You gotta hop the curb to get in your car garage. It's pretty cool.
Do you see this? Like, there's a curb right here with no ramp to get to the actual garage. So how do you get on? How do you got, like I said, you got to have a truck or something that can just hop over that curb to get up in the garage. Or you can't have a car. It could be like a little bike garage, a little scooter garage.
Cool. This is my favorite one, yeah. Look at this garage.
So how are you going to be able to get your vehicle into that garage when you got a light pole right in front? That's not a very good view. Okay, you go upstairs in the window right there and you got utility pole right in front. Not a very good view. Okay, who in the world signed off on that? Hey, they said we got a housing shortage, right? But I think what's really going on here, you have 40 million potentially illegal aliens dumped in the country all at once. So now we got to put up houses anywhere and everywhere. Blocking garage with the utility pole. No ramp to the garage anywhere. Hey, you got a spare parking lot. You got a patch of dirt somewhere. You got a rocky hillside that anybody put some condos right there. And these right here, how much are you going for? What, 500,000 or something crazy like that? I saw some condos or townhouses, whatever you want to call them, look something like this. Kind of small with the garage in the front, and they were like that, going for like 400,000 out here. I'm like, ew, I would never. 400,000, you got to be out of your mind. Now, this is going to be in Franklin, Tennessee. This is like south of Nashville. Built by non-USA people, exactly. Built by non-USA people, built by foreign people, foreign investors potentially as well. But this is going to be home shopping in Franklin, Tennessee, south of Nashville. This is where all the Californians go and the people that country music.
They say this house is worth $799,000. Are you ready to see it? I don't think you're ready, but here we go. All right, here we go. Ma'am. No, ma'am. She's decorated kind of cute, but what in the married with children?
Listen, it's Franklin, Tennessee. This is a really, really hot area, super hot area. Okay. It's probably going to be a bidding war when it really, gets out there, because the Californians come out there and people that work in country music. A lot of your people that stars in that industry, they're going to live in Franklin. That's their little neck of the woods. That's where you got the In-N-Out burger and stuff like that out there. So what Californians do, to them, that's normal in California to live in a little teeny house like that for $1 million. So they're going to have cash money in their hand and buy that. And they might put more money into it to spend overall $1 million in that little property. That's how they do. Now, like I said before, I hope that the Californians just stick to that particular neck of the woods out there in Franklin and Brentwood and stuff, south of Nashville, and they don't expand their territory. But then I saw that Del Taco in Fort Ord, Georgia, North Georgia. I'm like, see, y'all going too far. Franklin and Brentwood, okay. But I don't want to see no California plates. I don't want to see no Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't want to see nothing out there in North Georgia. Stay over there. But yeah, that's why it costs that much out there in Tennessee. Yeah, Nashville inundated with a lot of your Californians. Now, we got Halloween coming up, and I know we saw the No Kings protest, quote unquote protest, and we saw quite a few Halloween outfits out there. But did you know, I'm not really sure where this is, but in at least one part of the USA, you're able to use your EBT card to buy decorative pumpkins. I guess that could be right, because you can eat pumpkin, right? But they're buying it not to actually eat it. Not really. Let's watch.
Are you?
And RIP in advance to the headphone users. Let's start from the jump here.
Are you using your food stamps to buy pumpkins to decorate for Halloween? Because I am. We're going to paint these this weekend. And this is your sign to go use that EBT food stamp card, buy some pumpkins to carve or paint or decorate for Halloween. Little secret, if you buy pie pumpkins, which are the small ones, make sure they say pie pumpkins, and paint those, you can then use the pie pumpkins to cook and use as like a pumpkin puree. Okay? But maybe you don't want to do that. Maybe you just want to buy some white pumpkins and paint them and put them on your porch for Halloween, because you and your children deserve Halloween decorations. I'm going to go to Aldi's and buy one big orange pumpkin so that I can carve it, because I deserve to carve a pumpkin if I want to. And I can pay for that with my food stamp card. And I love that. And while we're there buying our pumpkins, don't forget to pick up some Halloween candy, because you and your children deserve to enjoy the holidays. Next month, Thanksgiving. Actually, let's not talk about next month right now. Well, we're also talking about food stamps. Next month is uncertain. The holidays are coming. We deserve cookies. We deserve candy. We deserve pies. We deserve pumpkins to decorate. Happy Halloween.
So,
are you using?
Okay, we deserve candy for Halloween. We deserve pumpkins to be able to carve or paint or do whatever. We deserve all these sweet treats and big back snacks. This is why Americans are so fat and out of shape and unhealthy, because the things that are treats, the things that are just occasional, if you got it, it's cool. Those things are seen as entitlements that we are owed. But it ain't no entitlement. Ain't no entitlement. You're only entitled to have the state protect you when it comes to the law. That's it. That's it. Okay. If the law says X, the state got to do X. Aside from that, nah. Ain't no law that says they got to feed you cookies and cakes and pies and stuff like this. Nor should it be. Nor should it be. You see, look, and this is why people don't like the food stamp system abusers. It's supposed to be there if you're actually needy and you really need some help, some assistance. It's not there to be Santa Claus. This is that AOC Bernie Sanders disease. Oh, well, give them this and give them that. I feel, I want. It should be any of that. EBT, the food stamp system, is totally abusing this country. I'm sick of it for real. Hey, go ahead and cut that. Good, no pumpkins, no nothing. I told y'all what I would do. My solution to all this nonsense would be I give you a box on your door every month, maybe every 2 weeks to be nice. A Hello Fresh type box. I put that on your doorstep. You hungry? You want some food? Okay, boom. Matter of fact, I won't even do that. I would deliver the boxes to a center. You got to go down there and pick it up. So you can't say that someone stole your box from your front door and you want some more. Nah, go to the center, have your little EBT card, swipe it, and collect your box. I make an EBT Costco, and you just go in there. It'd be a big warehouse. You scan your card at the front, you get your box, and go about your business. That'd be what I do, rather than just letting everybody buy whatever they want with the stuff. Okay, that would be my plan. Okay. Now we got an ICE facility interview, and you can already tell what's going to happen here. I'm not sure what this gender is. I don't know what's going on, but you can see the outfit and the makeup. Listen, Halloween ain't yet. Y'all are really anticipating Halloween. I could tell. You're already getting the costumes together, the makeup, the candy. You eating the candy, already getting the bit back right now. Let's watch some of this.
You're at the ICE facility here in Portland, Oregon. What brings you out?
Well, lots of issues. I think there's so many we can't even count them.
Give me a few.
Let's see. The president is closing down the government because he doesn't want the Epstein files out. And he's a pedophile. He's already an adjudicated sexual abuser. 26 other people accused. So President Pedo, hard to respect. So let's just keep the government closed so nobody knows what's happening.
What about the Epstein files? How come Biden didn't release them?
I think they assumed the DOJ would be on it.
Because they could have buried Trump if they would have released those.
They should have.
So maybe Trump's not on him.
Oh, he's on him. The girls are going to talk.
The girls are going to talk?
The girls are going to talk. Leave it to the women. It's also upset about Portland because of what happened in 2020.
Describe to me what it's like living in Portland.
Big, fat, giant orange baby.
Big, fat, giant orange baby. Look at this person. I'm not sure what the gender is. You call Trump a big, fat, giant orange baby. Do you see yourself, though? Like, look at what... Do you see this? Anyway.
I love it. I've been here all my life. I'm a 4th generation Oregonian. I have a 5th generation daughter and a 6th generation grandson. I'm a local physician.
That's your doctor right there, okay? That's your doctor.
I love it.
Imagine you live in Portland and this person shows up. Okay, check it out. You are going to the doctor, you're getting a checkup, whatever, and then this person in full costume just walks in. You like, what's going on? Is it a clown show? Did I interrupt something? Are you in the wrong room? No, I'll be your doctor. Dr. Whatever. Like, you know what? All of a sudden, I feel so much better. I don't know, it just came over me like a wave came over me. When I first came in here, I was hunched over in pain, about to die, but now I'm good. Don't worry about it. You good. You got it. So there we go. Hey, you'd be surprised how many people, doctors, lawyers, whatever, live like that. Them little double lives like that. You'd be totally flabbergasted. Okay. This is going to be Chelsea Handler, if y'all remember who that is. Okay, with her funny lips. Hey, listen, before I get into the video about her wanting to boycott Home Depot, if I could be the president, if I could be the king, ruled by fiat, I would ban all lip fillers. Listen, not only would I ban lip fillers, but if you got them, I would say go back and get a correction. Go back and get the correction. And if you don't want to get it corrected, you go into, hey, you're getting on the van. The illegal aliens and all of those who had the crazy mouth with the lips injections. But anyway, she wants to boycott Home Depot. Let's watch.
I started flat ironing my hair for this video, and then I saw what a bad job I was doing and thought, who gives a fuck anyway? If you're as disgusted as I am by these ICE raids, then we need to start boycotting the companies that are enabling or profiting off of these ICE raids. So I'm going to start with Home Depot, because Home Depot uses a surveillance system. It's called Flock, and they are able to surveil your license plate and your movements as soon as you pull into their parking lot. They can share that with whomever they want. They can share that with the police. They can share that with ICE. They can share that with Kanye West if they want to. I'm against that. I'm against being surveilled, and I'm against the Home Depot being an unsafe place for its workers and for its shoppers. So I am breaking up with Home Depot. I hope you will join me, and hopefully this won't be the end of our relationship. Hopefully they will grow a pair and denounce ICE and denounce surveilling Americans. And like many of my ex-lovers, they will reappear down the line in my life, and I will welcome them with open AI. Oh, hi.
All right, there we go. So this is Chelsea Handler. Look, at the end of the day, your license plate can be seen by everybody. The police can see that. When you're driving down the road, your license plate is being logged. Like that's part of it. Like there's been quite a few license plate redesigns in certain parts of the country because they can check that. When you got Amber Alerts and stuff like that, they do it for that. And when you got people that want to endanger ICE agents, especially, they got to be able to kind of see what's going on. Like there have been times where ICE agents will pull up on you because they already see what you're trying to do. You're trying to follow them. There's banners on ICE agents' heads, so they got to be careful and they got to see what's going on with who. And matter of fact, I have an example of ICE agents being able to see you, that you're following them, and this is going to be them warning somebody, hey, you know what? We saw you. We see you following us. If you keep following us, we're going to arrest you. Okay, let's watch.
Just wanted to warn you guys now. That's fine. You can record. Just want to let you know if you continue to tell us, because we're already kind of watching you, then we're going to take you guys out of your vehicles and arrest you for impeding operations. So I'm just warning you right now. If you continue to kind of follow us around and monitor us like this, we will take you out and arrest you, okay?
We're not allowed to be in the Home Depot parking lot?
We know you're already trying to tell us. We're watching what you're doing with us.
Yeah, but...
Okay, so when we leave the Home Depot and we continue to see this car follow us, we're going to assume you're following us. We're not going the same directions, I'm pretty sure. So
is that illegal, though?
Yeah, it is. It is, actually. So that's why I'm warning you. If you continue to follow us, you both will be arrested. I'm just warning you, because I don't want to have to do it. But if you continue to follow us, that is impeding our operations, and we will arrest you guys. So I'm just warning you now. Okay, you guys have a good day, okay? Thank you. Just wanted to warn you.
There we go, straight up. And, you know, they were so nice, so respectful, and straight to the point. Ain't no point in you trying to lie like, oh, we're not doing that. We're just in the parking lot. It's like, nah, look, we already see you. We see you telling us, so don't do that. If you continue to tell us, we will arrest you. We don't want to do that. Y'all are just normies in here. Y'all not trying to get locked up. Y'all just soccer moms, okay? And your little, what like a Honda Civic, or what kind of car is this? What's a CRV? Yeah, you in your Honda CRV. Y'all not trying to get locked up. So I'm gonna tell you right now, stop following us and you be good. Okay? Have a good day. So that was very well handled from the point of view of the ICE agents or whatever they are. Shout out to them. But yeah, that is going to cause them to be at a safety risk because you got the cartels putting banners on their heads. You got all kind of stuff going on. It's definitely an issue. It is definitely an issue. Okay, I got a good video to end it with, and then we're going to get to some calls. The number to call 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. I got one last video for the good news people, okay? This is going to be a young lady in elementary school giving a Charlie Kirk presentation.
A legend that bravely shared his beliefs, faith, and love for Jesus.
Tap on the tap up by your clouds.
We start from the top. You might not have heard that first part.
A legend that bravely shared his beliefs, faith, and love for Jesus.
Tap on the tap up by your clouds. Higher. Go on the other side.
Who is Charlie Kirk? Charlie Kirk is a political conservative who had debates with fellow voters and people from colleges on their campuses. He is a Republican Christian man. He had a wife, Erica Kirk, and 2 young kids. On Wednesday, September 10th, 2025, Charlie was brutally murdered and shot by Tyler Robinson in Utah. He was 31, but he is now at the feet of Jesus. Rest in peace, Charlie. What are some difficulties Charlie faced? As Charlie mobilized young conservatives on college campuses, he faced numerous personal threats in recent years. Last October, police in Tempe, Arizona, arrested a man who made online threats towards Charlie. On Thursday, September 11th, after Charlie's tragic assassination, Turning Point USA, a company Charlie co-founded, posted on X that Kirk had received thousands of threats through his lifetime, but he always prioritizing reaching as many young Americans as possible over his own personal safety. How did Charlie overcome threats, persevere, and continue to be determined? Charlie received many of the threats towards him and his family. He overcame it by trusting in God to keep him safe. He knew he would get threats, but he couldn't do anything about it. It was a part of the job. Charlie knew God was with him and that he would protect him. He overcame adversity, persevered, and was determined to change and help people. And this is a quote by him. It says, "Good men must die, but death cannot kill their names." And then rest in peace.
Very good. So shout out to a little girl in elementary school. Okay. Elementary school. Very good. Very well read. Very smart. Shout out to her parents as well. Very, very good. Shout out to her. Hey, the future, and sometimes, you see some of the Gen Z, they kind of whatever, but the young kids, they're it's like we've kind of like started over. We kind of like have gone to the furthest extreme with the crazy people. And now the youngsters, they're starting to see things differently. So shout out to them. Right on. And if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. All right. I got some calls to get to. The number to call, 706-406-3287. But before we go to that, let's go to super chats. Thank you to Corty, who says food stamps, etc. Getting free money already. First thing communists usually do when taking power is empty prisons and insane asylums historically. Thank you to Ryan Henderson, who says, ABL, the bad Californians are like locusts. They come and eat everything in its path, nothing but destruction. Correct. Thank you to Lee for becoming an ABL supporter. Thank you to Ryan Henderson, who says, hey, ho, Donald Trump will not go. Thank you to Michael Critchlow, who says, Abigail, you had nothing to say. Abigail, talking about the interview. Thank you to You're So Cool 23, who says, ABL, the signal is always blink twice if you're in trouble. Thank you to Taylor, who says, half through sober October and feeling amazing, went from 17% body fat to 14% cutting out alcohol, organic eating, 1 meal a day, and grinding in the gym. I was 30% body fat 1 year ago. Hold on. Shout out to you, Taylor. I love it. 30% body fat a year ago, down to 14. Okay, that is fantastic, man. Keep up. Keep on keeping on. Keep on improving. Keep on hitting whatever goals you have in your life. And that goes for all you guys. Keep on hitting your goals. Keep on improving every day. Whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, always improve. Always keep going to the next phase of your self-improvement. All right, let's get to some calls. We turn these lines on again. The number to call, 706-406-3287. And the lines are on. Okay. Giorgio says, I'm going to read what Giorgio says. Giorgio says, how exactly is teaching the kid to praise an Israel firster good? How come no one is noticing this? You Israel people, you people talking about Israel this, Israel that are like losers. Especially people if you are a white person talking about Israel this, Israel that, it's like you blaming the white man. You're like the black people who always blame white people for everything. Hey, my car didn't start this morning. I'm gonna blame the white man. I got turf toe. I got a bad haircut. My mustache ain't right. It's the white man's fault. Y'all the same way. Jews this, Jews that. It's pathetic. 786 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Mr. Anthony Brian Logan, how are you, sir?
I'm doing well. About yourself?
Oh, fine, thank you. I mean, thanks for all the entertainment from today. Watching, we're still butthurt over Trump winning rallies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just wanted to say that. And, there's so many dollar store Timu people, like with Leonard Jeffries being dollar store Timu Obama. There was a young lady with the 4 degrees, and I said, oh, my God, she's a Timu dollar store AOC.
Yes, that's kind of like right in the same category.
Yeah, well, I just want to say is I'm a college graduate too, and believe it or not, before I turned 30 years old, I had been laid off from 4 jobs and fired from 1. But I hung in there, and at one time I had to take a job to help support myself, busting shopping carts at a Walmart.
Hey, do what you got to do in this world. Sometimes it ain't always glamorous, it ain't always pretty, but you do it.
Yeah, no, but now I was able to, of course, get better job, make more money, and believe it or not, by the time I did turn 30, just a couple of years later, I bought my home. It's a townhouse, but I bought my home at age 30. And I'm thinking about there's so many people today who are in their 30s that are, busy on the internet, trolling this program maybe and munching on Hot Pockets in Mama's basement. Kind of living like Zohran Mamdani, but
that's right.
Yeah, and I want to say shout out to there was someone on the super chat who I saw earlier. I forget that person's handle, but they had they spelled Mamdani's name differently. They spelled it M-O-M like mom hyphen Donnie, D-O-N-N-Y or D-O-N-N-I.
Oh, shout out to them. That's pretty.
Yeah, they do deserve a shout out. And another thing I thought about too earlier is I guess maybe you talked about it in another program that I may have missed. Wednesday nights are bad for me, but it's about Don Lemon, who was saying that black people and brown people should buy guns just in case ICE shows up. And I thought to myself, my God, he and other leftists are now becoming these big Second Amendment people. And Don Lemon said, if you're pro Second Amendment, do this. And I said, my gosh, these were the people who were pushing gun control. These were people who were pushing gun confiscation. And not only that, I mean, I don't know, it shows you what an idiot Don Lemon is. What about so many of these blue cities and blue states? They've got gun control regulation. It's almost impossible to buy a gun. I don't know, and it's probably for reasons that he pushed. I mean, I don't know, you could call it ironic if you want, but I don't know your thoughts. I mean, I don't know. If he knew you personally, probably safe for you to go search the river for your firearms.
That's right.
What can I say? Okay, well, time to go to the 10 million and one other callers and see what other dollar store Timu copycats that the liberal left comes up with in America this next week.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for your call. Definitely appreciate you.
Hey, thank you. God bless. Bye.
All right, shout out to the caller. But yeah, it's funny how they become all of a sudden advocates for guns, Don Lemon and whatnot. But normally, when we say we want guns to protect ourselves and to protect from a tyrannical government, they say, oh, no, you can't have that because it's dangerous and mass shootings and blah, 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 blah. Funny how that works. I think, your people like Don Lemon will say anything. He'll say anything that he thinks will help him. Anything he thinks that will help his side. And if it's a contradictory thing to what he said before, then so be it. They don't even really care about being contradictory at all. Unknown caller, who am I speaking to?
Hey, this is Robert.
All right, what's going on?
Nothing much. Kind of what the caller was saying about Don Lemon. I don't know. I wouldn't listen to anything that Don Lemon says because as a black man who literally has a white man as his person or whatever, and he is so, so fixated on, white man, being evil, that just don't make sense.
Right. I'm the same way. It's like, come on, like all this white man, this white man, that. Meanwhile, the white man is your man. Like, make that make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and the girl with the 4 degrees, I don't know, that's just crazy. I mean, I kind of did it, a different way. Like, I went to the military and I did it, 20 years. I got my associates through the military for free. And then I just graduated, got my bachelor's in environmental safety this May. And now I'm going for a master's degree, but I'm doing that in public safety. So it's like she got a bunch of degrees for basket weaving. I mean, what can you really even do with that? It's a waste of money. One, because she can't, dancing and Spanish degrees and whatever the other degree was. I mean, they're just waste of time. They're just paper.
Exactly.
She could have took her butt to the military, and she could have probably got a degree doing linguistics through the military, because you go through there's a big school in California in Monterey that teaches everybody different languages, and she could have done that, got a lot of credits, college credits for free, and did her 4 years or whatever. And if she wanted to go back to school, I don't know if she owes money or whatnot, but she could have had it paid through through VA or through the government or whatnot.
Right. She could have done that, but people don't really think that way. They just kind of think, okay, I'm going to go to college, and after that, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, because, I mean, I was able to, get I'll be able to get all 3 of my degrees through, the military in a sense. But these No King protests, I mean, that's just nonsense, because if they talking about Trump, if I was a king, I would have just had all them people arrested, and they would have all had at least 5 years in jail just for doing protests or riots.
Oh, straight gulag right away. Like, I ain't gonna be out here doing all this disrupting the kingdom. Nah, y'all going straight to the gulag, big rocks, little rocks. But because we don't have a king, that did not happen to him.
Yeah, and matter of fact, if I had to put them in a gulag, it'd be like, where they put the hands in the head and the wooden things you can't move.
Yeah.
It'd be like that. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. These people are just kind of crazy.
They are.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right.
All right, shout out to the caller. Yeah, like I said, and shout out, who was this right here? Thank you to Sneaks for the super chat. I appreciate you, Sneaks. And thank you to Sneaks again, who says ABL is a source of the news. Hey, I do my best to give you guys what's happening in the world. I do my absolute best. So thank y'all for recognizing it. I appreciate y'all as always. But yeah, if Trump was truly a king, it wouldn't be no protest. I'd be like, look, y'all not going to be out here disrupting the kingdom. 80 lashes, big rocks, little rocks. Go over there. Shh, get in the van. That'd be. People don't understand how good they have it in this country. They're kind of spoiled. Ain't no kind of. They are spoiled. They're very spoiled. Entitled to food, water, clothing, shelter, this, that, the third, illegal alien, slave labor. They're entitled to everything. Only when they get stripped of everything, but they understand what reality is. But I digress. 818, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
All right, Power Ranger X. Go ahead, deal. Oh, I was talking about the event on the No Kings Parade. Well, it's back in illegal format as always. You know why? Because this happened a couple months back on Black History Month as well, just interrupting black citizens' pride and joy in LA, California. This is our California. It's ridden with illegal filth. Trust me, dude. For the amount of times I've been attacked in California, these cops, unfortunately, our beloved cops haven't done any action or arresting. And this is a terrible omen to California right now, and United States speaking. And I think what we need to do is extend Donald Trump's term as infinity as possible, like the Infinity Avengers. That needs to happen because the hate for Donald Trump, a really good man, is so real. It's so real that they're attacking regular American citizens like me doing grocery shopping, just attack and try to steal my phone. This is their thing. This has been the thing. And there's a lot of illegals camped out everywhere else. They got to task these motherfuckers out right as soon as possible. I've been telling this for years.
You can't curse on the show.
Oh, Power Ranger X. Oh,
you can't.
Is it over?
Nah, I would say you cannot curse on the show.
Oh, no. Did I say crap?
But go ahead, keep on going.
Oh, sorry, ABL. Glory. So this has been a problem. Now I haven't even been grocery shopping ever since October 3. I got attacked again, and somebody tried to steal my blue phone. You know, and the cops were there, and guess what they did? They didn't arrest him. Literally, I was attacked by two Mexican imbeciles, and they didn't arrest him. And I'm going to tell you one other fact. In fact, it was in 2020. In my house, I hired a Mexican guy to do a job. I didn't look through Craigslist, but was hired. Guess what? That illegal alien is Mexican. And he stole stuff from my house and $500, and he did not do the job. This was like 2020 or 2021. Bakersfield, California. I am telling you, what Donald Trump has said is nothing but the truth, and he is being attacked, harassed, and the American citizens, Latinos and Hispanics included, that are actual caring citizens, are being attacked by these imbeciles, and they're not sending them back.
Right on, man.
That's the issue.
Right on, man. Well, thank you for your call. I appreciate you.
Bye.
All right. Shout out to my man for the call. I appreciate him. All right. But the number to call is 706-406-3287. Again, 706-406-3287. The number is always in the description box, and it'll be right here in the ticker at a certain point on the bottom of the screen in front of you. And this is also an audio streaming podcast you're listening to right now. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether it be Google Play, Spotify, Apple iTunes, etc. Link for that will always be in the box. 559, you're online. Who am I speaking to?
You're talking to Darlene, California.
All righty. What's going on?
Okay, what I want to know is, how come George Soros, how come they don't put him in jail?
Well, that's a good question. I'm not sure where they're going to be able to get him on.
But why? I mean, he's doing all the bad stuff, so if somebody gets hurt in the protests and he pays these people and somebody does something, he's not liable for anything, huh?
I'm not sure that it would be. I'm not sure that it is illegal to do what he's doing. That's a thing. It's like, I don't like what he's doing, but the thing about it would be, what's the illegality? How would you actually get him locked up?
Well, because they know what he's doing. He's doing all this stuff. He's doing all bad things. Well, why is he? I mean, what's up with that man? I mean, how old is that man? 90s, in his 90s, or what is his son taking over? Is that it?
He's definitely.
I mean,
he's
they're paying. How much are they paying those protesters out there? 500, 200. What are they paying for some of them? I'm not saying all of them, but I know he's paying some. I know because they got perfect signs out there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question.
No, you don't know. Every time I call you, I'll say a question. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know.
Okay, what about Epstein? Why are they so freaking out about him? I mean, Trump. He's not on it. I mean, what are they talking about? He went on the airplane with them. He never went on no airplane with them.
Well, they got to, let
me just say something.
Hold on. Can I answer the question right quick before you move on?
You answer
okay,
let
me answer right quick. Okay. Now, as far as the whole thing with Epstein, you know what that is. That's just them trying to get Trump on anything. So whatever it is, if it's Epstein, if it's Stormy Daniels, whatever, they're going to try whatever they can. They try to lock him up. They try to sue him, and nothing worked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, the thing is, those people, what about the kids that go in school and they put them in boys and girls? Aren't they perverts over there? Aren't those Democrats being perverts themselves, wanting sex changes for these kids? Isn't that a pervert?
Yes, that would be a pervert.
Isn't that a weirdo?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Seriously. And they have room to talk about what they're doing right now? I mean, unbelievable. This is all crazy. I don't understand. I wish this would come to an end. But Trump is really battling. Every day he has to battle these people. If it's in court, he's always in court. Court. That's all they want to do. Then they want to sue him, impeach him. They want to do everything, and I just think it's absolutely insane is what's going on in this country. And we're having a war in our own country. Forget the other war over there in those other places. We need to fix what's going on here because we are having, I think it's a civil war. We're having a war. Yeah, we really are. But that's my 2 cents. But anyway, okay. That's all I had to say. Don't you think?
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now.
That?
Yeah, it's pretty rough right now. But thank it's pretty rough right now. But thank you for your call. I definitely appreciate you.
All righty. Thank you. Bye.
Hey, when y'all asking me a question, you gotta let me answer. You can't ask me a question and then start talking when I'm talking. Like you can't. Let's not. Let's not. But shout out to the caller though. I appreciate her. 859, you're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
All right, ABL. How's it going? It's your Luciferian Libertarian friend. How's it going? I'm enjoying the show, listening to it. Hey, how's it going with you today, sir?
It's all good, man. What's happening?
I saw that one segment of that girl who's homeless. She still wants to protest while her friends were trying to survive. That's some silly stuff, man. Come on, there's some priorities. And you know what? All those people that she talks about, her friends, they're going to have their apartments. They're going to end up having a car later on down the road while she's still stuck in the gutter. Crazy. See, the thing is, when I was younger, I was very anti-Bush, like Antifa, anti-Bush kind of when I was younger. You know, that was a misfit. But I still had a job. I still had priorities, man. I'm like, you were to go to this protest over this shit? Yeah, bro, you got to survive and make some money, make some food. See, that's the thing is, there's no responsibility on this person. That's I'm like amazed. It's like, man, who is brainwashing this girl?
Hey, good question.
Exactly. Are you going to go out of your way to starve, to not get housing, to not get food over a political difference? Granted, you can have your grudges and your beefs and stuff like that, and promise me, I do. I'm not a fan of the CCP, most definitely. But, I just don't. I just don't go. I was like, I gotta have some time to, make some money and live and progress like everybody else. And it amazes me that if their mindset's like that, they're doomed in the head. And I think she has some major mental health issues or some kind of trust problems, And bro, they have lost their mind. They have literally lost their mind. The left has lost their mind if they're really thinking that protesting against a person they can probably vote out or wait for 5 years they could vote out. Like the insanity. And they go around calling people fascists, clearly don't even know what fascism clearly is. I mean, there's a clear definition. There's a dictatorship, but fascism is a whole other thing of level of ethno-state. What are they even talking about? And no, I mean, granted, if they have beef with ICE and their stuff, but they're put in the same category as Nazis, what kind of world they live in?
Hey, it's a good question.
I think they're just living in a fantasy, and they just want to live like their grandparents and just trying to have an adventure because they just have not grown up, honestly. See, that's why I'm more of an individual and less of these people who just go out there. And when we were young, we were doing this kind of stuff. We kind of fell for it, haven't we? We kind of did. You know, we all did. And that's the thing is, manipulators, man, they're in all shapes and forms and places. And it's weird that the left is showing their colors too often. Sadly, man. Hey, thank you very much for taking my phone call, ABL. I appreciate it, man. And then, like I said, when I was younger, I used to live on the streets, you know, going to place to place. My priorities was surviving. I just don't get why people are more priorities on their ideology, which is crazy. Have a good one, man. Much love.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate it.
You too, bro. 420, bro.
All right. Shout out to my man for the call. Most certainly appreciate him. The number to call, 706-406-3287. The number is always in the description. Also, the ticker below me, it'll pop up as well. 706-406-3287. Shout out to you guys. Great callers, interesting callers. I see some of y'all been partying, huh? Is it a holiday? What's going on? Like, what is it? A shot o'clock? What's happening? But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for joining, for calling, for watching, whatever you do. I know I could not do the show without you. All right, I'll be here for a little while longer. And also, y'all, and you guys, don't forget, I got the Instagram lives on Tuesday. Those lives are, a little bit smaller. I can kind of talk, and it's cool. So Instagram, follow me there. If you're not following me, that's going to be an extra live on the Tuesdays. All right, but if you enjoy the YouTube, stay here Wednesday, Saturday. I got the live on those days. And I'm about to be putting out pre-recorded content. Short videos, long videos, all the videos, all throughout the week. JV says, weed ruined our nation. We got to go back to the regular weed, man. We got to go back to the regular old school 1970s weed. This new stuff, man, it's just too much. These new drugs, it's too much. We had the right idea when we had the regular 1970s weed, your pawpaw weed, the stuff you could just grow outside in your backyard. Now they got these chemical concoctions. I don't know what's going on. This new weed is just like the same as crack, in my humble opinion. Because I was alive, crack era hit. And the people now, with some of this weed, not all, but with some of this weed, they behave like the crackheads did back in the day. Fiending, itching, scratching, mood swings, all of that. It's because the weed is different than it was in previous years. Let's look at you on line 331.
Hey, ABL, it's Les.
Les, what's going on? Long time no hear.
I know. How are you doing?
It's all good. Can't complain about yourself.
Good. Thank you so much for asking. So I just wanted to make a quick comment on the whole No Kings protest that has been going on. So do you recall how that all originated, ABL, or no?
I don't.
I want to say that it was when was, I think, LA, the ICE raids were going on, right? And I think President Trump had mentioned that he was going to send in the National Guards to go ahead and restore law and order because a lot of the residents there were being very violent, right? I think to one of like the ICE facilities out there, something like that.
Okay, was that? I don't know. Like, was it around at that time or was it like before? I'm not really sure. So,
I think it was right around that time. If someone can correct me, I would really appreciate it. But I think that's how it originated. The thing is that what I started noticing with a lot of these protests, that now they have like the whole alphabet soup supporters out there with their flags and everything. Like, wait a minute, what's the whole purpose then in reality of the No Kings protest?
Right.
It's like a whole mix, like everybody, all the the loony lefties came together and just kind of collided and meshed with each other, and there they are. It's like this whole, I don't know, they're just insane, to be honest with you. But in regards, I know you had a previous caller that had called in and mentioned something about civil war. Oh, I believe it, especially here in the city of Chicago. I remember when President Trump had stated that he was going to end up sending the National Guards out here to Chicago, and ABO, you cannot even begin to imagine, but a lot of what do you call them? I thugs and everything out here. What are they? Gangbangers. There you go. They started going on TikTok and actually threatening, and they were just saying, like, we're gonna stand our ground and we're gonna fight back at whatever that means to them, like whatever force necessary. So I mean, at least in the city of Chicago in certain areas, oh yeah, I do see it. And I know you brought up Nick Shirley. Did you see how he did the ride along with ICE here in Chicago?
I did see that. Yes, that was amazing.
It was. It really, really was. That was amazing that he went ahead and he allowed the other side, to kind of like, yeah, give everyone the insight on what the other side is doing, because this whole narrative of they're just, picking up grandma and grandpa, I highly doubt that. They are pretty much picking up targeted criminals, which is amazing. But if when you saw that that documentary with Nick Shirley with the ICE, you saw a lot of people like basically harassing the ICE federal agents. Like, I was like, what? These people are crazy. But yeah, I do believe it with the city of Chicago. That one, I do have to give it to them. It is unfortunate, ABL. And I know when you were mentioning that if a lot of these protests are organic or are they organized in the city of Chicago, I would say about 85% is organic, just because it's the city. I do believe maybe about 15% is being funded. And I think that's pretty much it that I wanted to say. But I know I had come across this other video of this TikToker that goes around, and I cannot remember his name for the love of God, but he goes around and he asks people in Portland about when they attend these protests, are they being paid? And plenty of individuals said yes, they get paid by the day $100.
No surprise at all. They probably, rely on that and other little handout money to take care of themselves. I would not doubt that at all.
Exactly. So I mean, it's insane, but we've been knowing this for the longest with a lot of other organized protests too. So it's not a huge shocker. I think it's very unfortunate. It's sad. But there's this whole other thing too, ABL, that's going on in Portland that I know Tucker Carlson covered. There was this reporter, I do not remember his name. It's one of his recent shows from like 2 weeks ago. But a reporter was out there. He got arrested, okay? And the city was going to go ahead and press the charges against him and everything for disorderly conduct, even though another individual assaulted him first. He just defended himself. And the reporter got his lawyer involved, of course, and they asked for discovery against Portland Police Department because they really do feel that they're, working hand in hand with Antifa, right? They're very corrupt. And what a coincidence, Portland drops the charges all against him.
Well, hey, there you go.
Exactly. But that's all I wanted to say, ABL. I want to wish you a wonderful night. Thank you so much for taking my call, and God bless you. God bless the chat. And little patriots are in bed, but I'm sure they say good night. Take care, ABL.
All right, now, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Shout out to Les for the call. Most certainly appreciate it for calling in. Shout out to the youngins. If you see this, shout out to y'all. You guys are always great. And do I have anybody? I think I got everybody that I wanted to get. About past my bedtime. About to wrap it on up, put the bow on top. Thank y'all for joining. It's been a great one. The time, I feel like I just sat down to do the show and then it's already over with. It's crazy. Shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. You guys are the best. Y'all know I could not do this show without you. Thank you to everybody for calling, watching, retweeting, super chatting, whatever you do. I know I couldn't do it without you. Thank you for the mods for keeping the trolls in check. I appreciate y'all for that as well. And again, this is an audio streaming podcast you're listening to. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether it be Google Play, Spotify, Apple iTunes, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or visit ABL Live. Visit your favorite audio streaming podcast and search ABL Live, pop right on up. Okay. Do I got to read? I got super chats to read right quick. Then I wrap it on up, put the bow on top. So thank you again to Sneaks. Sneaks been throwing all the monies at me. I appreciate it. It's a little birthday gift. I appreciate that. A belated birthday. I thank you for that, Sneaks. And then Sneaks gave me a few super chats. Also, an emoji destroying some buildings. Thank you for that, Sneaks. And Bob K MIT says, sad news, ABL. They opened the Del Taco in Chesapeake Square. In the Greenbrier parking lot, not Chesapeake Square. In the Greenbrier parking lot, the California people are here. That's crazy. Why are they like out there? They're everywhere. They're all over the place. And I could tell because when you have a fast food chain that spreads, it's usually like it'll start in one place and it kind of just gradually go outward as more popularity. But with those kind of Del Taco, In and Out, it's like you got 99 of them in California and then one in Kentucky. It's like, why there specifically? You kind of know the pattern of a particular place, the demographics of that place, the movement from one place to another based upon the new businesses that come out there. Okay, Californians move to a place and it's like, yo, where's my this? Where's my that? I'm missing my West Coast amenities, and they bring them with them. That's kind of how that goes. But hopefully, Chesapeake is not going to be ruined by the leftist Californians. If you get into Californians, hopefully you get the good, honest, hardworking guys and girls that watch my show. Hey, if any of you guys live in California right now watching me, you're welcome to come to Tennessee. You're welcome to come to Virginia. But if you wanted to know protest people with a dinosaur outfit on at 75 years old, stay where you at. Don't go nowhere. Just stay. Hey, matter of fact, let's bring back quarantine. Let's have Trump say that quarantining is good for you and it'll help boost your immune system. Let's have him say that. And then let's see those people who hate Trump go back to quarantine. Have them do that so they don't bother Californians. They don't bother Tennesseans. They don't bother Virginians. They don't bother anyone. So the good folks out California can have a good life, can just flourish without all of them outside getting in the way. And then they don't spread their disease elsewhere. That's what I would say. But hey, we can't do that. So all we can do is hope that they don't be over here. But shout out to you guys. I appreciate y'all for rocking and rolling. You guys are the best. I'll be back again live on Tuesday on Instagram. And Wednesday, I'll be back here live. But I'm here pretty much every day, putting out pre-recorded content all over the interwebs, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, etc. But that'll be a wrap for me. So until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out and peace.